is no different than Can I just finish when I make the point?
I didn't say anything.
No, I'm just for future. Can I finish or no?
Finish what? I didn't say anything. I'm literally
the point I'm gonna make. I want to finish it. I don't want you to interrupt.
Say nothing.
So, Apex, I didn't ask you, my friend. I'm asking the host. So, CARE, to me, in my eyes, is no different than APAC. CARE is a group that lobbies for, Muslims, that tries to get Muslims holidays off or whatever, goes to Washington D.C., talks to gets
Muslims holidays off. That's good.
Leaders.
Like that.
That's what they do. What do they
Have
go
you ever
on the
heard
street?
of the Holy Land Foundation?
Do they wait, I'm asking
No, it's related. Have you heard of the Holy Land Foundation trial?
No, I haven't actually.
You should look that up and tell me with a straight face that CARE just tries to get Muslims holidays off.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I didn't say
it was in 2008. It was in 2008 when they found the Palestine Committee, which was another group.
Okay.
Excuse me. That was funneling money that they were taking in for Palestinians. That's what they said. They were funneling money to Hamas, PIJ, and other terrorist organizations, because this seems to always be the case with major Muslim committees, groups, lobbyist groups, that you always not done. You always find out that they're giving money to terrorists because it's rooted in Islam. And CARE was an unindicted component of that.
So is that Muslims or Islam?
Well, those individuals were Muslims, but it's in Islam. Muslims who follow Islam are going to do stuff like that. There are many Muslims who do not follow. There are many Muslims who do not follow Islam.
So it's in Islam to donate or to say that the money is going to a certain cause, but it actually goes to something else. That's what Islam says.
Does it say that directly? No, it says to commit jihad against the kufaras. It says 3 of the times that you're allowed to lie. One of the times you are allowed to lie. It's funny how you asked me to let you finish, but you're the only one interrupting me. One of the times you're allowed to lie, according to the Prophet Muhammad, is during war. And then how war is defined in Islam is separate, okay? And so these types of acts, kitman, lying by omission and hiding, this is things that are taught in Islamic values. Not just taqiyya, but also kitman. So that's how it's related.
But
go ahead.
I don't understand. I don't, when you are saying something and Muslims are donating, in Islam, you're supposed to be, you can't lie about that type of stuff where your money is going. That's not right.
Okay, but you can, because the Prophet Muhammad said you can.
No, but but what you said has no correlation to what you're relating it to.
It does, because the Prophet Muhammad said you can. Not directly. He didn't literally say, hey, you should give money to Hamas. Obviously, they didn't exist.
No, obviously he didn't say that.
He says you're allowed to lie, even hide, but lie by omission if it's in the cause of strategy and war. And war is not just defined as like an armed conflict, how the rest of us define war. In Islam, war goes beyond that. In the cause of Allah, jihad, the struggle.
So you really think...
I know, because it says it in the hadiths.
No, listen to my point. You really think that the CARE group took that hadith, or wherever you got it from, and they were like, you know what, we're going to use this, we're going to lie to the Muslim people, and we're going to say we're donating it to the Palestinian people, but we're actually donating it to the factions and the militant groups.
Muslims attack other Muslims all the time in the name of jihad. In fact,
you
about
think so?
60 to 90% of Islamist terrorist attacks, the victims are Muslim. So literally, not do I think so, I know so. You think that Muslims, Islamists, political ideology is not going to attack other Muslims? Dude, they blow each other up all the fucking time in the name of jihad. What are you talking about?
Is that right though? Do you think that they think they're right?
Yeah, of course, because of the teachings of Islam.
Wait. So what about the Muslims?
Wait. I'm the only one that's speaking normally here. You're the one that's freaking out.
What about the Muslims that were unalived? Do you think they think that they were unalived in a righteous way?
Some of them do. Some of them no.
Come on, man.
Come on, what? Dude, that's your best fucking argument? That's the best argument you have against me? Come on, man. Doing fucking awful.
It doesn't make sense.
I don't care if it makes sense to you. I know more about Islam than you. I've studied it more than you. I've read it more than you. You think I'm going to be able to convince you in third? First, I'm not going to be able to convince you no matter how many fucking times I talk to you. But, like, it doesn't matter. Like, if your best answer is, come on, man, maybe, just maybe I'm right. I'm not saying I am right. I mean, I am. But I'm not expecting you to think so. But maybe you should look in the mirror if the best argument you have against me is, come on, man. Like, if that's the best argument you have.
It's not come on, man, but it just doesn't make sense to me.
I don't care if it meant... Do you know what Kitman is?
I don't know what these sayings are. I don't know.
Okay, do you know what Sahih al-Bukhari is?
Yes.
Okay, have you read it?
Front to back?
Yes.
No.
Okay, I have. What about Sahih Muslim?
No, I haven't read it front to back.
Okay, I've read it front to back. Have you read Sunan Abu
I haven't read any of the hadith books
I read them front to back. So when you say it doesn't make sense to me, when you say that, I believe you because you haven't read it. Of course it doesn't make sense to you. It's like if I asked you about like something in calculus, but you never took the time to take the class or read any of the books or anything.
So maybe so what you're saying is maybe you got to read it.
I encourage every Muslim to read Sahih al-Bukhari, Sahih Muslim, learn Taqiyya, Darul Khawf versus Darul Islam, learn Kitman. I wish every Muslim in the world would read their text.
How about we... You know what? How will we switch the topic? Because clearly I haven't read it, but you read it. So you're more, you obviously know more, right? You know what you're talking about. I don't want to talk about something that I don't know what I'm talking about, right? Mm-hmm. So how about we switch to you support the Iranian people?
But let Apex speak because he's been waiting a while, and then I will get back to your topic.
Okay.
Apex, go ahead.
I just wanted to ask, man, I wanted to warn you about these Biden people are going to come up and try to tell you that the Sasha Riley girl. So I need you to go ahead and get ready for that.
Sasha Riley girl? It's a guy, I think. William Sasha
I know,
Riley.
That's what I'm saying, bro. They're going to come at you sideways about him, so you better get ready. I don't know why, but I don't like these Biden.
But it's not a girl. You're talking about William Sasha Riley, the Iraq veteran who said something about Donald Trump or something?
Yeah.
And Epstein? Yeah. I haven't read anything on it other than it's just like on social media. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I have no idea. I heard about it on social media, but it's definitely not a girl. And the name's not Sasha Riley. The middle name's Sasha. I think it's William Sasha Riley. If I remember correctly, I have to look it up. I think a lot of people have put it on. Hold on, let me see. A lot of people have been putting Sasha Riley.
I was just learning about these Bidensters. They were on my live telling me about it.
Yeah, it's something like a day ago. They're saying that in an interview, he said his experience about being trafficked and witnessing murder. Whether it's true or not, I have no idea. I'm waiting for something official. Waiting for something official to come. Waiting for something official to come out. I have no idea if it's right or not. Anyways, do you have anything else, or was that it?
I got. Well, I'm sorry.
All right, thanks, Apex. All right, go ahead. I don't even know what your name is. I'll just call you Free Palestine. Go ahead.
So,
call him Bukhari.
Bukhari.
So what about the support of the Iranian people?
What about it?
I like that, right? But what do you think? Let's say the Iranian regime, they fall. Who replaces them?
That's not for me to decide or to particularly care about as much. I mean, I know there's a lot of people, there's support for the Shah. Yeah, but it's not for me to decide. I want the Iranian people. I don't want to get directly involved. I want the Iranian people to be free, right? And
so what if they're free and someone worse comes back?
Shut the fuck up for like 5 seconds and just maybe, I don't know, I could probably finish.
I don't know. What if a boom boom just drops on your head right now? Like, what if anything? I don't understand.
Like a piano, like a cartoon.
So back to what I was trying to say, right? So I know there's a lot of support for the Shah, but it's not for me to say or not say. And I don't particularly care because I don't want to get directly involved. I also don't want to not get involved. I think the U.S., Israel, and Western countries should get indirectly involved. But I want the Persian people to take back their own country. One, it'll mean more. And two, it'll allow for a better transition because if they're more organized instead of us just going in, doing stuff, and then being like, all right, you guys got it, cool, and then leave. Like, we need them to be organized. Yes, it's going to lead to deaths. It's going to be awful. But if they fight back for it themselves with the help of the United States and others, then they can be more organized. And if they feel that the Shah should be in charge, then great. All I know is that the Islamic regime needs to fall. Whether who they want to put in charge, that's up to them. It's their country.
Did you mean indirectly involved in the transition or in bringing about regime change?
Bringing about regime change.
So you don't want us to get directly involved in bringing about regime change?
I talked about it today, and either I don't remember if I posted the video or if it's in my drafts, but I said what I want is I said this in yesterday's live. That's when I said it. I have really been enjoying Donald Trump, and not even just this term, his last term as well. He has this thing where he's like, he goes and bombs somebody, and then nothing happens. It just works out and he's done. Same thing with like Maduro, Soleimani, like all of them. He just figures that out. So if he can do something like that, which AKA that means 99% of the stuff is done and we go in with the final strike, I'd be okay with that. What I don't want is us to do regime change in the way we've tried in the past.
But you're okay with us bombing?
Yeah, if it was like, hey, we got the fucking Ayatollahs surrounded, like these cities have... I heard there's already a city taken over by the rebellion group. And the
I think they got it back. I think the regime got it back.
So now's not the time. But if they were to start making some serious push and we went in and did a bombing run, like to, do that last finish line push, I'd be okay with that. But until then...
If Trump came out tomorrow and started bombing them, you would oppose that?
If it led to... It just depends on what the outcome is. If it was like a Maduro thing where we wake up and we're like, oh, they're being... Or not, wait. That was at night. We didn't wake up. We just didn't go to sleep yet. We were just like, oh, they're bombing Venezuela. And then a few hours later, it's like, oh, it's done. Then I wouldn't oppose it. But if he bombed them and it didn't really make any change, and then he's like, hey, we're going to send in some Marines there.
You can't make decisions based on what you can't predict the outcome.
No, of course not. And it's about making a strategic decision to increase your odds of making that outcome come true.
I get it, but you still have to make the decision without knowing the outcome. So you're the President Matau. You've got your advisors. You see them.
My advisors would be trained to give me a percentage points like, hey, unless something goes wrong, we will make this bombing run.
50-50.
No.
It's 50-50.
Nope.
Okay.
It needs to be a confident, like it needs to be, unless something goes wrong or weird out of our control, it's 100%. That's what it is. Like, if we do this, it will happen unless an act of God happens or one of our Marines fucks up, which they're the Marines, they're not gonna fuck up. Did you read that report I sent you with the Venezuelan soldier?
Yeah, I responded to you.
Yeah, but I didn't know if you're
Matt had sent it to me the night Matt sent me to the night before. It's crazy. No one knows what it is. Still, no one knows what it was.
It's the sound of freedom. You guys, everyone listen to this. I need to read this to you guys. This is insane. Let me put it up on the screen, you guys. Hold on one sec. So one of these, now I don't know, take it with a grain of salt, it's an anonymous source, but one of the soldiers, excuse me,
it's one a pretty wild thing to make up. It's a pretty wild thing to make up. You know what I mean? Like, it's science fiction stuff. So
I made a joke to Donnie the other day because I was like, it's so funny how everyone's always just like, yeah, the Jews are training dolphins and all this stuff against the Palestinians fucked up. And then the U.S. is like, we have a sonic weapon that makes you vomit blood. And then Donnie looks at
the Jews created it.
Yeah, Donnie's like, it was probably the Jews that invented it. Anyway, so this one Venezuelan soldier came out and he was like pleading to Latin America and the world.
He says that we are definitely training dolphins, and I take his word for it because he's the expert.
So he goes, the Venezuelan soldier comes out and he's like pleading to the world, like, please don't fight America, do what they say. Like, he's freaking out and they're like, what the fuck happened? And this guy's like, they had only 20 soldiers, we had hundreds, and they had 0 casualties and they just beat us. And he's like, we didn't know where the bullets are coming from. There's 300 rounds per second that were just flying at us. There were some drones, and all of a sudden there was this sonic weapon. And he said that the soldiers next to him he started bleeding from his nose, and these other soldiers were vomiting blood, and they all became like crippled. And he said they were in and out in like seconds, and he's like, he's freaking out. Anyways, let me read this. He goes, American forces deployed a devastating sonic weapon during the raid to capture Venezuelan dictator Nicolas Maduro, leaving soldiers bleeding from their noses and vomiting blood, according to a witness account shared by the White House. The chilling testimony posted on X, Carolyn Levitt, on Saturday. Here it is. Describes how just 20 U.S. troops armed with advanced technology wiped out hundreds of Venezuelan defenders without suffering a single casualty. Now, to me, I just think it's... Okay. What am I looking for?
For my message?
Okay. Yeah, sorry. I thought you meant something else. Anyways, so again, take this as a grain of salt because to me, it's just like it's a story, right? But again, weird thing to make up. Anyway, so he goes, how just 20 true U.S. troops. To me, I was just kind of like, yeah, it's the Marines. They're probably just, they're really good. They're really good at what they do. The whole military is. Anyways, the Guard's account reveals the stark technological gap between American forces and Maduro's military, with the mystery weapon rendering soldiers completely incapacitated within moments. The operation, codenamed Operation Absolute Resolve, began around 2 a.m. The Venezuelan Guard recalled the moment U.S. forces unleashed the weapon during the operation. At one point, they launched something, I don't know how to describe it, he said in an interview. It was like a very intense sound wave. Suddenly, I felt like my head was exploding from the inside. The effects were immediate and horrific. According to his testimony, we all started bleeding from the nose. Some were vomiting blood. We fell to the ground, unable to move. We couldn't even stand up after that sonic weapon or whatever it was. The witness described how hundreds of Venezuelan soldiers were rendered helpless, collapsing where they stood as the weapon took effect. Venezuela's Interior Minister Diosdado Cabello confirmed on Wednesday that more than 100 people were killed during the U.S. military operation. The death toll included 32 Cuban citizens carrying out missions for Cuba's armed forces and Interior Ministry. You guys get the point. Oh, this part's pretty important too. Radars failed before drone assault. According to the Guard's account, Venezuelan forces had no warning before the assault began. We were on guard, but suddenly all our radar systems shut down without any explanation. The next thing we saw were drones, a lot of drones flying over our positions. We didn't know how to react. Pretty much. Oh yeah, of course. I absolutely do believe this stuff. Obviously I can't say, but like what I can say is when I was in the military, some of the things that I found out were on submarines even like knowing it exists, I don't believe it. It's some stuff that we have is absolutely insane. And it's like funny because like you get like TV shows and movies that kind of like they'll say like the U.S. military has this stuff, and then you're watching it at home on your couch and like that's so cool. It's like actually watered down. And so yeah, I believe this kind of stuff. I just think it's insane. The ADS system, it could be that just turned up. It's a good point, actually. Yeah, I know what they use. Did it go Naval Academy or ROTC? No. I did not do Academy or ROTC. I was enlisted. Didn't go the officer route. Anyways, I think it's pretty awesome. No way to compete. The witness described how U.S. forces demonstrated overwhelming firepower superiority even before deploying the sonic weapon. They were shooting with such precision and speed, it felt like each soldier was firing 300 rounds per minute. Oh, he said per minute? Well, I mean, that's not really that weird, but okay, whatever. The combination of advanced weaponry and the mystery sonic device created what the Guard characterized not as a battle, but as a slaughter. Those 20 men, without a single casualty, killed hundreds of us. We had no way to compete with their technology, with their weapons. I swear I've never seen anything like it. Pentagon confirmed that the 7 U.S. troops, 7 were injured during the operation, with 5 having already returned to duty and 2 still recovering. 1 helicopter was hit during the operation, but remained flyable.
It's a big loss for China and Russia, who supplied the radar systems and the anti-aircraft systems for them that didn't do anything.
Yeah, that's pretty insane, not gonna lie. We are seeing
Hammer, Jamal said, I'm here to listen to Hammer mansplain to the panel again. Ask him. Well, wait, I'm supposed to ask you, so you have to tell me.
I was on a live the other day with a woman who was not bright at all, like really dense, and very emotional. And Jamal thought it would be funny to troll me. So he was siding with the girl. And he was telling her, don't let this guy mansplain. Like he was egging her on to keep being dumb.
That's hilarious.
Don't let him mansplain to you. And he was just, oh my God, it was, yeah, she wasn't.
That's the kind of friend you like to have, though. You know.
100%. I thought I would do it as he's typing and as I'm talking to her and the message is coming up. I start laughing in the middle.
I'm dying. Oh my gosh. W Jamal.
And then last night I broke moderate. He went live after you, Nick, and I did what you don't read your WhatsApp too fast enough anymore. But I was sending him jokes, and this Pakistani lady came up, and I really went totally over the line on this joke I made, and I messaged him, and he ducked his head out of the camera. And he was just like, he couldn't control himself. He was losing his mind.
I would have seen that. I was in there for like a little bit, but
oh God, I broke him. I mean, I broke him all night, but that one, he just.
No, it's really funny because Moderate is the type who's like he's kind of serious, and then like you try and get him to laugh, and he gets like a smirk, and then he just loses it.
Oh, he was. Oh, dude, I had him. He was broken. I broke that young feller.
That's hilarious.
When I will grow up, I will be army and save Pakistan and destroy India. Strong army,
wow, great. Oh man, that'd be funny if I ever go on like Omi TV and if I got someone from Pakistan, if I could just like, they can't hear what you guys hear. It'd be so cool if they could hear the soundboard. Man, that'd be great.
Love you, Golda. Thank you. That's a little boy saying, "I want to destroy India."
Hey, Donnie, I sent you what I wrote to him.
Okay.
Could have been funnier. It's probably true though. You're
that definitely broke him.
You're probably all right though. I mean, let's be honest.
I broke him, guys. I broke him. I broke that guy.
It's hilarious.
Hey, Nick, good news.
It will never be a socialist country.
They'll be there at your house in the next 2 to 3 days. You're going to have one of these.
Mashallah.
Yeah, we're going to have to get over this revolution bullshit and get back to the way things are supposed to be.
I want to actually change my entire background, honestly.
Yeah, no. I think everyone's pretty comfortable and used to the hammer's head being there. I think that's...
Bro, you were really out there for like a week.
It's disrespectful to take down the king.
You're not.
Donnie,
set
up a poll.
You're
Donnie,
right
set
here.
up a poll.
You're right
Donnie,
here.
set up a poll. Donnie, set up a poll. Do they want the head or not head? Head or no head?
No, do you want Hammer's head or free the Iranian people?
No, because you're going to take that down at some point.
Yeah, I will one day.
And then what?
Right, and then maybe your head will go back. Not the way you're acting. Kind of want to put something else up there now.
No, everyone's...
Rabbi gave me a picture of him to put up.
People are going to be on my side. You wait and see. Yeah, see? Look at the comments.
I don't negotiate with terrorists. You're acting very terroristy like right now.
Oh, that's harsh.
You're being aggressive, and then you're asking the public opinion to support you and send you money or something. I don't know.
Another one.
Poll is up.
I'm gonna do the opposite.
You got 5 minutes to vote.
5 minutes.
Oh, everyone vote.
That's insane.
Everyone vote for the king.
Thanks, Shoshana. I approve that message.
Guess you guys are just all IRGC spies in here. I didn't realize. That's crazy. I could just take the timeline down and put your head up right there.
It's because I'm a man of the people, Nick.
Yeah, take the timeline down. It's not even used for anything.
I'm a man of the people, Nick.
It's just it's too much. It's too much to take it down. I have to reach up and pull it off. It's crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Let's see how we're doing.
Yeah, let's.
Oh. Yeah. It's a groundswell.
It's crazy. It's crazy. You guys know what this poll's gonna do? Fucking nothing. Yeah, I'll tell you what.
I'm going to lead these people into a revolution against you.
That's crazy.
The Hammerite Revolution.
Javid Hammer. Javid Hammer. Javid Hammer. Javid Hammer.
Shah Hammer. King Hammer.
Javid Hammer. Javid Hammer. How do you say hammer? Hey, get Jamal up here. How do you say hammer in Farsi? Let's see. Hammer in.
Somebody in the chat definitely knows that.
Oh, I can't pronounce this word. Chkesh.
Heesh?
Czechish? Czechish?
Shuckish?
Czechish?
Shuckish?
Czechish? That's a tough one.
You have to put Shah in front of the hammer because Shah means king or monarch.
Wooney says Nick is king, Donnie is his queen, and Hammer is the Secretary of War. False. False. It's in the name. It says right there, king. I'm not secretary of anything.
What job would you give me?
Chakosh. Chakosh? You can be... Nick can be the VP and you can be the second lady.
I'll do that. I'll take it. I mean, I don't have much to do, so...
Chakosh.
Kind of like what I do now. I'm just there, you know?
If it really is Chakosh, then the Google Translate is way off because they're...
So it would be... What is the chant?
Javid Chakosh.
Javid Shah Shakosh.
No, Javid...
Because you're the
Javid
king.
Shah means long live the Shah. Forget the Shah.
Oh.
Javid Chakosh.
Yeah, but Shah just means king or monarch. That's why, because you're king.
Oh, I see.
Hammer.
Yeah. I don't want to get confused with that other guy.
No, I hear you, but that's all it means. I looked it up before.
He's too much of a fancy pants. He's always wearing suits and stuff. I'd be the John Fetterman of...
For sure.
Hoodies.
It's like, I don't give a fuck. I'm wearing
shorts, hoodies, flip-flops.
Yeah, well, at least he's the only reasonable Democrat left in the history of the world.
Tell you what, he's better than most Republicans.
Bro, I'm telling you. Common sense.
Which is pretty crazy that guy is weird.
All that guy needed.
He's weird, but he's smart.
All that guy needed to get normal was a fucking life-threatening stroke, and he turned into a normal person.
For real, oh my god.
Before he had that stroke, he was a bit of a lefty.
I've met him. He's not.
Maybe
normal.
that's why he's weird.
I met with him, had a conversation with him. Dude's not normal. I'm telling you.
He had a very serious stroke, like really stroke.
He seems like it. He's very reserved. Extremely.
Yeah, he had it was a very serious, he's lucky to be alive.
You know what, whatever. I'm just going to keep that one up. It's not even in the camera. All right, here's your thing right here. It was hung up right here.
Donnie, what were the poll results?
Yes. I shall tell you right.
Gotta replace the, what was holding it up before. You guys see how fucking big this fucking head is? You guys think it's not that big because it's all the way back there. It's fucking huge.
It doesn't tell me the results, but I think he won by like 68% or 67%.
Wow, not that popular, huh?
70%?
That's not that much.
I'll take it.
That's a
70%.
C. Actually, it's a D. That's a D plus. Actually, not that good.
I would have graduated. I could have graduated college with a 68%.
It's okay. George Bush did it.
Fair, actually.
Jewish Cali girl, I voted no. Well, you lost. That's what you get for voting against me. You're part of the losing team.
Not if I hang this upside down.
Oh, that's just like the flag. You can't do that. It's in the U.S. Civil Code. Can't do that.
That's crazy. Well, what if it's a time of sadness and mourning, you know?
Is that what you do?
Yeah, you go upside down if you're in a time of distress.
A distress, but not mourning.
Yeah, you're right.
Like if you're sinking.
Distress is more appropriate.
I like it. There you go. That's fair.
I like it. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I think we can all accept that.
I like it. Good placement. We have the free Iran people. And
On
we
a
have the
serious
king.
note, did you hear what the IRGC is doing in the hospitals?
No, what?
They're going from hospital to hospital looking for people with gunshot wounds, because they're the ones that are inflicting it, and they're dragging them out of the hospital and they're disappearing them.
You know, I got to be honest. I'm listening, but that looks pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
Kind of like that.
Yeah, they're basically looking for anyone that has fresh gunshot wounds because they're the ones doing the shooting, and then they're disappearing them from the hospital.
That's disgusting, dude.
It's,
they're crazy.
Hammer, I had this conversation. Thank you, Key Lime. I love you. Discussion. I'm just really like inspired by the Iranian people, and I like really want to help them out. And Nick's like, we can't really do that much. Like, are you with him?
Yeah, I don't think there's anything we can do.
Nothing. Like
there's no organization.
Trump saying like, if you hurt the protesters, I'm going to do something. Wouldn't it be stupid for him not to follow through on that?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just Trump talk. He does that a lot. And also,
wouldn't it be kind of portrayed? No. Wouldn't it be like an Obama red line moment, like with Assad?
Well, what did he say he'll do if they bomb them? Because he didn't
say he would bomb them.
Right, that's what I'm saying. He said yesterday or today, maybe it was, he said anyone that does business with the IRGC is going to get a 25% tariff put on them. So
moronic, terrible.
No, I'm with you, but my point is you could argue he is doing something about it for killing protesters. Like,
yeah, I think the implication is a little more direct as far as military action. I don't know. The problem is, first of all, there's a part of the administration that is very isolationist. Vance, for example, my guess is Rubio is probably pretty hawkish. Obviously, you have Lindsey Graham out there every day, just like bomb, 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 bomb. I'm like, this guy can't get enough of bombing. I think it would make him look a little weak and a little feckless. But I think he will do like he did with the nuclear bombing, if he does it, something very targeted, very quick, and very low risk for American casualties.
How do you feel personally about the Iranian people? Because for me, I feel like these are the types of people that deserve the help.
Well, I thought we had a good chance.
They're fighting with their bare hands and their bodies.
I thought we had a good chance in the Green Revolution, and Obama really left them out to dry. No, I mean, he didn't just leave them out to dry. He actively worked against them.
Right.
Right. I mean, I agree with you, right? I think you're right. I just think that they're so undergunned, and we're talking about a regime that has no qualms, like not a 1 second hesitation to inflict massive casualties on their own people. Like if they have to kill 100,000 people, they'll kill 100,000 people.
And they're
if they're
doing
gonna
it.
kill 500,000, they'll kill 500,000. Like they don't care.
I know.
So it's difficult. I'm sure Mossad is on the ground helping out.
I hope so.
The Kurds are on the ground doing their thing, though Turkey just sold out a bunch of Kurds and they got wiped out before they could even do an invasion on one of the cities. So
I just feel like if there's any time, it's now, and I just feel so bad for them, and I don't know, maybe it's just my bleeding heart. I'm just like, gosh, help them.
If we had more Trumps in the West and less cowards like Macron, like Starmer, like Carney, like Mertz,
that's accurate.
And we could get a coalition of 5 or 6 big countries to do some sort of like limited but significant strike, it would put more pressure. But I think Iran knows that the only people they have to worry about is the U.S. And if they can just placate us, that they can fool Europe. Like Europe, they think taking action in Europe is releasing a really strongly worded statement. Like for Europe, the strongly worded, you see that we absolutely reject and call on the Iranian
literally
government.
Everybody's like, we don't care. Okay, next.
The words don't matter to them. Like this is the whole point. There was a guy on I think it was Moderates Live last night we were talking about, and he was whining about attacking Iran and attacking Venezuela and how our allies don't like it and we need to try diplomacy and blah blah blah. Like diplomacy only works when the threat of violence is behind the diplomacy. Right? If the person you're negotiating with is fearful that the option of not being diplomatic is worse, then you can maybe come to an agreement. But if there's no threat of force, then they'll say, yeah, whatever. We don't, they don't care. Because ultimately it's about power. And as long as they're in power, they'll say whatever they have to say to people. They don't give a shit. But France has their own problems. Germany has their own problems. The UK. I sent you guys an article today about that first cousin thing going on, right?
Yeah.
Like these countries, Canada, these countries are in really bad shape. Like you have no idea. We don't get the news here. That's why I read a lot of the foreign newspapers and a lot of these aggregator sites which pull from foreign newspapers. These countries are in such bad shape. People don't get it here. Like they're in terrible shape.
I wanna see this. I haven't seen this yet, so I have no idea what he's gonna say. But
Hammer, Bob said to check your Telegram. Sorry.
You're good. CBS said CBS asked the Shah question. Pahlavi.
And as you are urging people to protest and go to the streets, the death toll is rising in Iran. This violent crackdown continues just as it has in past attempted revolutions. I mean, is it responsible to be sending citizens in Iran to their deaths?
Yeah, shut the fuck up, CBS. Fucking white liberals, dude. They're like...
Well, I don't know, because Barry Weiss took over. I'm waiting for it to change, but let's wait a little longer.
I'd say the same thing if Barry Weiss asked the question herself. It's just like...
No, I know. I'm just waiting for CBS
it's just like,
to
out of all the
questions,
out of all the questions to ask, like, it's not even like it's a good or bad question. It's just like out of everything to ask, like, that's what you're asking? Like, it's insane. It's just...
I agree with you, but I think it's a fair question because
out of everything to ask? Out of everything to ask... It's just questions.
No, I mean, is that all she asked? Is that the only question she asked? Or did she ask more?
I think you could talk to him for an hour and that question isn't even in the top hour worth of things to ask. But
no, I think it's a fair question. And I think there's a really good answer for it, which is sometimes when you're fighting for your freedom, it is not clean and simple. It's a bloody transition. And if it's important enough to people, they understand the risks of going out in the streets. And for those people that are willing to take the risk, we support them.
Nobody is confused by that answer. Like, there's no one in the world that wouldn't answer that way if they understood that concept. So
no, but you're answering for the people listening, not for
the
her.
reason. No, I'm including the people listening. The problem with media today is the answers no longer dictate the story like it used to 20 years ago or more. Today, the questions now dictate the story. Which question you choose, which host you decide to have on. Yeah, it seems to provide a narrative because now social media has taken over media, and social media is simply nothing more than what question do they ask on CBS, Fox, CNN, Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens? What guests do they bring on? And then they plug that into X, Instagram, etc. And so I just think it's not a fair question because of that narrative. And there's no way, if I understand that that's how media is today, I'm sure CBS understands
because they're not honest arbiters of the truth. They're trying to set the narrative.
Right, and also they're old school media, and old people are watching CBS, not the people using social media.
But people using social media are.
But they're trying to get on social media because they're asking gotcha questions instead of...
Exactly. That's
like, I don't think the question is unfair, but I know that it's not coming from a genuine care for the Iranian people. It's just to try and make this guy look stupid so that they can clip it and run it. But if I was him, I would have said...
That's my point.
I would have said, to quote Nick Matau's favorite president, TJ, Thomas Jefferson, right?
Best president.
Well, the tree of liberty must be refreshed from time to time with the blood of tyrants and patriots.
That's right.
For it is its natural manure. And the Revolutionary War was bloody.
TJ?
The French Revolution was bloody. Revolutions are bloody. The question is, was the blood worth the sacrifice on the back end?
Man, people don't speak like Thomas Jefferson anymore, I'm telling you.
No, they don't speak like anybody back then. Are you kidding me? Those guys were brilliant.
Thomas Jefferson. Oh, God, that guy. Man, if I could go back and meet one.
I would want to meet Hamilton, the Jew.
Not Lincoln, the Jew?
Well, Lincoln too. By the way, Lincoln spoke amazing. His language is right. He was.
Oh my God, he was such a good orator.
Yeah,
for sure.
You know what? They didn't have social media. They didn't have television. They didn't have Starbucks. You know what they did? They worked all day. Then they came home and they read all night long. That's all they could do. That's all there was to do. Read books.
And they stepped into the thick of it. Like, you think Lincoln didn't go around during the Civil War? Like,
all right, I want to hear his...
It just was such a different...
Real quick, one second, right? I want to hear his answer. Unless you have something real quick.
Who is the guy? I don't know who this guy is. Who's this? I can't see it because it's got some of the stuff blocking his face.
It's the Shah.
It's the Shah. Okay.
Reza Pahlavi.
Okay, sorry.
Here, let me make it a little smaller. I don't know if
you there you go. Okay, now I can see it. Yeah.
Do you bear some responsibility?
As I said, this is a war, and war has casualties. In fact, in order to preserve and protect and minimize the death toll, minimize innocent victims yet again be killed by this regime, action is needed.
It's actually a really good answer, honestly.
Good answer. Really good answer.
I actually like how
what the Israelis have been saying.
I like how he also turned it back on her by saying sending more actually can help more people and have less casualties. That's a good point.
That's Nora O'Donnell. She's a hack.
Yeah.
The regime is going to try and brutalize its citizenry as it has always done. But we are in a fight for liberation. I didn't ask the people to come to the streets to fight against the regime because I wanted so. They asked me to step in to help them and to be their voice on the outside world, to do everything that we can so we make this uprising successful this time. And I think we have some serious leaders that understand what is necessary, that understand the ask of the Iranian people, and are responding to that. I think President Trump is responding to the call that the Iranian people have. The Iranian people have heard his words. They are naming streets after him in Iran. There's a difference. They know he's no Barack Obama or Joe Biden. And that's why they do have a higher expectation, and we'll see what happens. And as you say, I think the president has a decision to make fairly soon. We're doing what we need to do regardless of whether help will come or not. I'm just stating that the best way to ensure that there will be less people killed in Iran is to intervene sooner so this regime finally collapses and puts an end to all the problems that we are facing. We are at war, and we have to make sure that we are victorious. There's no way back for us. We know that as Iranians.
Good answer.
A very good answer. A very good answer.
It just like it reminds me, like I've seen a lot of Iranian like people saying that once Trump said like you guys won't get away with this, it made more people more confident to go out and to fight. And so I feel like I don't know, maybe I don't know what I think he can do, but I'm like, I hope something is done.
Yeah.
Oh my god, but all the right, like woke right people are like losing their.
Yeah, where are they going to get their paychecks from?
So annoying. Honestly, I'm the most disappointed in Megyn Kelly because I've been a fan of hers for so many years that
I told you like a year ago.
Well, I was holding on. I don't know. I respected her so much for so long.
You know, it's one thing for her particularly.
I think she's just bitter, Hammer. I think she was hurt by some people in the industry, and for her, it's more of a revenge thing. But
perhaps
that's my opinion for her specifically.
I can't argue that you're right or wrong. You know, we can't know until we, you know, what's in her mind. I think for her though, I'm surprised by her dishonesty. Okay, all right, hold on, brother. It's not that it bothers me that she's on that side. I mean, it happens, whatever. It's that she's so dishonest about Ben, and like if you don't like Ben Shapiro, fine, I don't care. If you think that you don't agree with his policies, okay. But she's lying about how focused he is on Israel and he's Israel first. Like,
she's bringing it back to the Israel issue when it shouldn't even be a thing. He didn't, as far as what he was saying.
He didn't mention Israel once in his entire speech. You go through his YouTube channel. I made a video about this today. You go through his YouTube channel because I was curious. I'm like, I wonder how many videos. I know it's not a lot. I went a month and a half back. Every video, and not one of them was about Israel. Oh yeah, of course he's pro-Israel. He's a Jewish man, and he's made that very clear. No one's confused about that, and there's also nothing wrong with that. But what's wrong is when, yeah, like you said, she's turning it into like Israel. She goes on Tucker Carlson, and she's like, now I'm convinced more than ever that it's about Israel, and it's like he didn't say it once in his entire speech.
And she's comparing pro-Israelis to like BLM, which is super fucking annoying because what's happening to Jews and what happened to Israelis is not what happened during BLM.
We're not burning anything down.
And we're not demanding fucking anything from anybody.
Yeah, no, obviously it's ridiculous. And this is how you know Ben Shapiro's speech was perfect, because they're never going to come out. No speech. I don't care how well you do. They're not going to come out and all go, you know what, Ben, you're right. No, of course they're not. You know you got them when they can't answer your argument. Same thing when you argue with pro-Palis who are disingenuous. It's not like they're ever at the end of the argument going to go, you know what, Nick, you were right, actually. No, they're just going to never answer, never give you what you asked for. They're going to tell you they're going to give you something, and they never do. You know you beat a pro-Palestinian when they argue still, but they have changed the subject. They said they were going to give you something, and they never did. No source, right? They attack you, whatever the case might be. Megyn Kelly's two biggest arguments since Ben Shapiro's speech was he was trying to cancel people, implying Tucker Carlson. He never once said that. In fact, he has always said the opposite, actually. It's not even like he's neutral on it. He's called for Nick Fuentes, the guy that's threatened his life, Ben Shapiro's life. He's called for him to be reestablished on X when he was banned on X. Ben Shapiro doesn't block people on X. He doesn't delete old tweets, even things he doesn't agree with anymore. And he's never ever once called for like canceling somebody.
And that's why he hasn't had to respond since his speech, because
right. And so her saying that it's just disingenuous. And then her saying it's all about Israel, again, literally he didn't mention it once. Oh yeah, again, of course he is pro-Israel. No one's confused at that. But one, even if he did mention Israel throughout, let's pretend he mentioned Israel throughout his entire speech at AmFest. Well, that still isn't a good argument to say it's about Israel. Still, you can still answer his claims. But the fact that he didn't mention Israel once, you look ridiculous, because it's like he never said anything about it. And if you think he did secretly, I guess, I don't know, whatever that means, again, you can still answer his questions or don't speak on it at all. But you don't get to like speak on it. It's been what? Not quite a month, but it's coming up on a month later. It's been at least 3.5 weeks. You're still talking about it. Ben Shapiro said his speech and that's it.
Her like rebuttal to any of his points is all he wants me to do is condemn Candace, which I won't do because we had a nice moment once, and defriend you, Tucker, which I'm not gonna do. Like that's also not what he said. He said call out ideas that are bad, even if they're your friends. That's not what he said. Like don't be friends with them.
Not even bad ideas, dangerous ideas. She's not just.
And why is she going after Barry Weiss, trying to deplatform her off NBC? But she's talking about like,
well, yeah,
because Barry Weiss is competition.
Yeah, but
like,
Megan,
they're not competing against the liberal.
Megan was fired from NBC, and now she's just probably bitter that Barry Weiss gets to run an entire network.
No, what happens is they need a liberal media as a foil, as something to talk about, right? They're the antidote to the liberal media. If more of the media becomes neutral or conservative, that's one less thing that they can use as a talking point. So, and plus Barry Weiss is Jewish, let's be honest. I mean, this is,
Right.
That's what I'm saying. That's where I was going. Like she has no problem. She has no problem saying that the Jews or Barry Weiss and Ben Shapiro are the ones creating anti-Semitism, but she doesn't want to call out Candace for her blatant anti-Semitism. I mean, I see what she's doing.
Right. What I'm trying to say is that Megyn Kelly can be someone who she doesn't have to call these people out, but the problem is that she is talking about these people, but just not calling them out. She wants to stay silent, but the problem is that when she comes out and says, I don't want to attack Candace Owens because she's a mother, but you spent your whole career attacking Markle, who's a mother, it just comes off disingenuous. When you come out and you say, oh yeah, these people are causing anti-Semitism, but then you have someone literally lying about like slave ships and the Talmud and all this stuff about Jews, and you're like, well, I don't want to call her out. It's like, you can even say both are causing anti-Semitism. It's wrong, but I'm just saying, even at minimum, you just come off disingenuous when you say stuff like, I won't attack someone because they're a young mother, but then you go and attack Meghan Markle more times than I can count. Obviously,
and also her weird, like, well, I've been an Israel supporter my whole career, and I love the Jews. It's like, okay, well, you're not really helping us out right now, weirdo.
Also doesn't matter. It just doesn't
I also
matter.
don't think that what Ben was saying, it was actually halfway. So the modern conservative movement as we understand it today started in the 50s with William F. Buckley. Okay. He wrote a book called God and Man at Yale about his experience going to school at Yale and the lack of God and the lack of religiosity, et cetera. One of the first things he did when he started National Review, which is still a fabulous publication to today, is he said, we have to get the anti-Semites out of our movement. It delegitimizes our movement to have these people in it. He said, first we have to get rid of the ideas, and then we have to get rid of the people. And one of the first things he did was he went after the John Birch Society. The John Birch Society was a very prominent part of Republican politics, and they were wildly anti-Semitic. And he chased them out. He chased them out of the conservative movement. And I think that's what needs to be done. And that's what Ben's talking about, is first, once you can smash the ideas and show them to be vapid and bigoted, then it's easier to ostracize the people, because once the ideas get delegitimized, the person is whatever. They're just a messenger. So that's where he's going with that, is we have to first fight back against the anti-Semites and the people that are ruining the conservative movement. And then once we show that those ideas are flawed, then it's easier to get rid of the people.
All right.
Abigail says Tucker compared Renee Good, the lady shot by ICE, to Charlie Kirk. Is that right? Is that true? Did he actually say that? Like that? That's not. Are you serious? Are you serious?
Turning into a lefty, that's all.
He's a lefty.
Yeah.
He's literally a lefty. Everything he's said in the past 6 months is the left position. I don't understand what's going on with him, dude.
Is that true? I feel like I would have heard that.
Did he say that? Isn't Charlie his friend? That's crazy. Charlie was just sitting there talking into a microphone, and this lady ran out over a guy. Oh my god. Okay. I cannot. It's crazy how far they'll go. It's just really crazy.
Let's see here. I have his newsletter from a couple days ago. He put a woman got shot in the face. Yes, yesterday's Minnesota ICE shooting. The video is violent, bloody, and tough to watch. It's not that bloody, but okay. Please only click the link if you can handle it. It provides, or is providing plenty of material for conservatives to score political points. The victims shouldn't have blocked the road with their car. Hundreds of hysterical protesters launched into their typical routines last night, and liberal leaders like Jacob Frey, who immediately declared it's time for ICE to get the F out of Minneapolis. Blah, 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 blah. But it should be secondary to the tragedy of Renee Nicole Good losing her life. The 37-year-old was an American citizen, right? Reportedly the mother of a kindergarten. Yeah, I mean, this is somebody's screenshot, but they said it's his newsletter. Okay. So, I mean, unless this guy's lying, then yeah, I think it is. The 37-year-old was, did we disagree with her views on immigration? Probably. What do you mean probably? Whatever. But that shouldn't matter. Her death is a tragedy, regardless of her partisan affiliations. I mean, yeah, I don't think anyone's denying that. Of course it's a tragedy.
I mean, any death is a like, it's not like I wanted this to happen to her. It's just...
Okay, 1 second. How come so few conservatives are viewing this story through a human lens? And why, when something similar like the killing of Charlie Kirk happens on the other side, did many on the left celebrate because they thought his political positions were wrong? We have a guess. I mean, I wouldn't say that's particularly comparing it to Charlie Kirk. I would say it's referencing, which is, I'm not particularly saying is good, but I wouldn't say he was comparing like he's saying it's the same thing, just to be somewhat fair. But that being said, he is doing the thing Tucker Carlson always does. He is arguing something that no one ever said. There's not one okay.
Which is what the left does all the time.
Right. Obviously, I'm being a little hyperbolic when I say no one. I'm sure of a world of 8 billion people, or even just, 330-ish million Americans, I'm sure there is literally one. But at the expense of being hyperbolic, there's no one saying that we hope more people like her die, and ICE just shoots more, or not even just ICE, anyone does that. Nobody's saying that. What we're saying is we're looking at the context of the situation. If this exact same woman, exact same views, exact same everything, was just a person at a Taco Bell, right? And ICE went in, looked at her and shot her in the face and then walked out, I guarantee you the conservative around America would not be like, well, she deserved. Nobody is saying that she deserved it just because she had a different view or she was anti-ICE or anything.
I've never heard anybody say that.
Right, so it's just insane.
She made a series of bad choices that led to this.
Right, it's insane that Tucker Carlson, again, he's doing this thing where he says something that's not particularly wrong. Like, I don't think what he said, well, there's a couple things he said, but I don't think what he said was particularly wrong. The problem is just nobody fucking said it. It's the same thing he went on AmFest when he went on the stage and he started talking about Ben Shapiro's speech, and even outside of Ben Shapiro's speech, where he's saying things like, what America first actually means and America only, and how people respond to that. He's answering, like, there's one part during his AmFest speech, which I watched live. I was there. He's like, we should kill all the Gazan kids because then they're going to grow up and they're going to come to America and kill us. Who the fuck says that? I don't know. I'm one of the biggest Zionists you'll ever meet. I don't think I've ever even said that. What are you talking about, Tucker? And it's like, yeah, what he said was true. It's just kind of like, but nobody's ever made that claim. Certainly not the people you're arguing against, Tucker. And that's what he does. He just says things that are like, yeah, that's not wrong. It's just I don't know anyone that said it.
Well, and it's perfect because he has an ecosystem set up where he's never challenged, so he can get away with this stuff and say this stuff. Right. And there's no one to push back and go, well, wait a second, Tucker, who said that? Like, because if someone said that, I'd like to call them out. But it's,
Absolutely.
it allows for the freedom to be completely dishonest.
It's so crazy to me, like how someone who used to say all the right things, or mostly, is just.
Well, he's right. He's obviously in the pocket of Qatar, and he's also recognizing that there is a strong anti-establishment, no matter who's in power, feeling amongst a large segment of the population, and the people that are more likely to listen to his, like someone like me, right, who is critical of government, isn't in love with Trump, but absolutely hates the left. There's no reason for me to go listen to podcasts because they're all saying what I already know what they're going to say, right? I know what Tucker's going to say. I know what Candace is going to say. I know what the lefties are going to say. No one's surprising me at this point.
True.
So I'm not his target audience. The target audience is the disaffected 18 to 30-year-old male who feels like the system screwed him and the world is against him and no woman will love him and he can't get a job that he likes, and and those are anti-establishment people because we have lost sight of the fact that most people in this country, the problems they have in life are self-created, not government created.
I just want to say something. I take back what I said. I read it again. I don't know why I didn't see this the first time. He did compare it. He said, I don't know why I don't know. Like, I think I was just like focusing on reading. I didn't really register it the first time. He did say, and why when something similar, like the killing of Charlie Kirk. I don't know why I read it. I didn't register that. So he is comparing it because he calls it something similar. So yeah, that's ridiculous. Yeah, that's insane. That's crazy.
I don't recall Martin Luther King, the civil rights movement, arguably the most successful social movement of the 20th century, ever doing this stuff under the guise of civil disobedience. Civil disobedience was to break to not follow the unjust laws. Can't sit at the same counter, can't ride in the front of the bus, right? That was specifically targeted at them. It wasn't, hey, the police are arresting a black man for committing a crime. Let's go interfere with him because we're a civil rights movement. It was no, that wasn't the point.
Hey, Blue. Yep, absolutely.
It was we're gonna not follow the laws that are specifically racist and targeting us. And here's the other thing: they were willing to accept. Well, they were willing to accept the consequences. Correct. They knew the consequences were going to be for Martin Luther King and others: jail, hoses, dogs, beatings, and all of that is evil. But it showed that they were willing, that they understood that their actions were going to result in a response, and that the response, while unjustified, was a part of the process.
Like that professional protester that like lost it in that video, and he said, as a protester, I understand that sometimes we can step over that line, but when we're in that line, we're in a different kind of fucking zone. And I'm not going to try and litigate this in that moment of tension. I'm going to say, yes, sir, put my hands behind my back and fucking deal with it later. And he understands like the dichotomy. Like it's not, there's still an order to protesting. You just do whatever the fuck you want. It's crazy.
And by the way, I know a lot of people have a hard time wrapping their heads around this, but interfering with law enforcement and ICE's law enforcement when they're carrying out their duties is against the law. It is. So if you're going to break the law and you're okay with that, then you better accept the consequences for that.
Correct.
And the great thing is, hopefully, all these people that are getting arrested, if they get convicted, I mean, I imagine a lot of them will take plea deals. But I don't know if it's a federal felony applies, but I know a lot of states you can't vote if you have a felony. I don't know if that applies to a federal crime. Nick, can you look that up?
I'm sorry, what?
In certain states, if you commit a felony, you lose the right to vote, right? If you're convicted of a felony. Some states have reinstituted, like if you serve your time, you can get your voting rights back. But what happens if it's a federal crime? Because voting is a state issue.
Hey, Anthony Aguilar, we're waiting on your what was it that he was supposed to send?
I think that's a backup account. Is that really his account?
Yeah, that's him.
With 165 followers?
His other account didn't have much more.
What are you talking about?
It's really convincing people. No, breaking the law doesn't equal death, but breaking the law equals consequences. And sometimes the consequences, when you break the law by using a car as a deadly weapon, can result in death. She broke the law, and the officer gave her an opportunity to get out of the car and to accept the consequence of blocking their operation. She chose willingly, with the encouragement of her idiot wife, to drive away. In the process of driving away, she hit a federal law enforcement officer.
I'm very confused. Are you guys talking about Anthony Aguilar, that fucking weird, like,
I don't know.
That's supposed to send me?
No, we're past that. He's asking you a question about federal law.
But he said breaking the law equals death. No, but you know what? Coming from a soldier, that's hilarious.
Oh, I'm asking,
don't tell me for a...
I'm asking,
is
this the guy that was supposed to send me something that never did?
Yeah. She wasn't driving away. Well, first of all, driving away, if you're fleeing from a detainment, that's another law that you've broken.
Are you guys sure this is the real answer? Are you guys sure this is the real
I don't know.
answer?
I'm just answering the question.
Anyone that was in the military, which he was, like they know the rules of deadly force. That absolutely can warrant deadly force. Driving away, I feel like somebody in the military would not say driving away equals death ? Like they know.
If he was in the military and the same thing happened to one of his people in his unit, and someone drove and clipped one of his soldiers that he was in a unit with, and you let that guy drive away because they get to drive away, then you're a bitch and a shitty soldier.
Yeah,
like seriously.
I'm sure this is a fake account. I'm pretty sure it's just a troll. I don't think this is.
That's what I thought.
Just it's just don't even respond to that. I'm pretty sure it's a fake account. It's just nobody in the military would actually think that way.
You guys have to understand.
Even if he is a dummy, like nobody would actually think that way if you were in the military.
I'm responding to another thing. I don't think for 1 second that this woman had the intent to hit that ICE agent. I don't believe that at all. I believe she was trying to flee. We can't know because we can't read her mind, but I would not assume that she was trying to hit that guy. That being said, if in the process of driving away, your car becomes a lethal weapon, that's on you. She didn't have to drive away. She could have parked her car and listened to a lawful order and gotten out of the car. And you know what? She'd be alive today. And I bet you anything, she wouldn't have even been arrested. They would have let her off and said, don't do this shit again.
Intent of deadly force, because deadly force has 7 different rules. And unlike the fake troll, I do know a lot about deadly force. And specifically, one of the rules, right? It's not just like, do you have the intent to use a deadly weapon, which of course a 4,000-pound vehicle is one. It's not even just about like, I really wanted to, at minimum, cause serious bodily harm or death, which in the rules of deadly force, it is serious bodily harm or death. It's not just deadly force. Any force that can be used to cause serious bodily harm or death to self or or others.
Others, yeah.
Right, and so couple things. One, this guy was dragged by a car, and his buddy's hand was off to the side. He was in front of the car, and his buddy's hand was off to the side. He has no idea if that guy would or would not be getting dragged, right? He has a split-second decision. One, he gets clipped, right? So there's that immediately. So there's deadly force being used against him, but he also doesn't know what's the condition of his fellow officer, right? ICE agent. And so it's both self and others. Yeah, it's very clear.
Yeah,
Anyone
baby,
in the military, regardless if they believe or they're pro-ICE, anti-ICE, if they love Trump, hate Trump, it doesn't matter. Anyone who served in the military, not even like someone who served in combat, just anyone who's even taken one class on just deadly force would know that deadly force would be authorized for that.
I keep getting these like, but he would have probably had enough time to do this and that. And I'm like, in the moment, do you think he was thinking, I might have enough time to maybe do this? It's so fast. People like, they think
also,
that
it doesn't matter
there's
if he was...
time to like consider all the, and also from his vantage point, it wasn't the same.
Yeah, also it doesn't matter, but whatever.
Right.
Anyways, Matan, go ahead.
I just wanted to ask you, what do you think is the solution to the problem in Israel and Palestine?
Yeah, real quick before I answer that, Hammer, I forgot to tell you, I did look it up. It says it's still based off the state, even if you get a federal conviction.
It's what? Say that again?
Even if you get a federal conviction, it still depends on your state. At least
got it. Okay, thank you.
This says.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, Matan, to answer your question, like you're asking for my personal opinion, right? Not like...
Yeah.
I would personally annex Gaza. I mean, I'm pro one-state solution to get to the bottom of it. I believe in the state of Israel being from the Jordan River to the Mediterranean Sea. That's what I think the solution is. I think like...
Do you think that they should have equal like voting rights and all that stuff? The Arabs and Israelis.
That's why I'm pro-Israel, is because Israel already allows for that. Arabs in Israel
you don't think they could overthrow the government?
Israel, Arabs have the exact same... An Israeli Arab has the exact same voting power as the prime minister that's a Jew.
You think that should be like that always? The prime minister should always be a Jew?
Do I think that he should always be a Jew?
Yeah.
I do, yeah.
But if it was equal voting rights, couldn't they vote an Arab leader and it would overthrow the government?
Yeah, no, they could. You asked me what I think it should be, but I'm not saying that I think Israel should change their... Like, if you're... I'm answering the questions the way you're asking them. Do I think Israel should change their laws? Like, Arabs are not allowed to vote, or they can't vote in an Arab... No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, me personally, if I was a citizen of Israel, which I'm not Jewish... Like, I've had people make a joke like, Nick, I'd vote for you as prime minister, and I'm like, I wouldn't accept it, because to me, I think it should be a Jewish person. But that's just me answering your question, like, how would I personally vote, right? If hypothetically I was a citizen of Israel. But I'd be okay with some Arabs, but they have to be loyal to the country, of course. Like, Yosef Haddad is a close friend of mine. I love that guy. I see him when I go to Israel, and he's great. And he's an Israeli Arab, and I don't think anyone questions his loyalty to Israel. He loves the country.
Of course.
Matan, can I ask you a question?
I would vote for Yosef Haddad for sure.
Matan, can I ask you a question?
Yes, of course.
Why do you assume there is a solution?
That's what I was. Hammer?
Of course, but there has to be a solution. There has to be something to do.
Why?
What do you want to happen, though? What do you mean, why?
What I want and your question are not... They're incongruent with each other. What I want is what I want. That's a personal opinion. And by the way, what I want won't even necessarily solve the problem. You're asking for a solution, meaning no conflict between Israel and the Palestinians anymore, living in harmony and coexistence. In that sense, I would ask you, what's the solution to China and Tibet? What's the solution to China and Taiwan? What's the solution to Kashmir, India, and Pakistan? What's the solution? Not all problems have a solution. We have this very narcissistic...
There should just be wars every few years forever?
It's not what... It is the reality.
That's why I said
that human beings...
Immigration.
Human beings have this natural narcissistic tendency to believe that if a problem exists, with willpower and the right bureaucrats and the right policy, we can solve it. And I'm a realist. I'm realistic enough to know that there are problems in this world that are unsolvable, and you just have to deal with them on their face. You can't. There is no solution when you have one group of people that says the other group of people have no right to live where they're living and they should be wiped out. What are we going to do? Convince them otherwise?
Just so you know, Matan, that's why me personally I'm for a one-state solution. People have tried either two-state solutions or them living in peace, the Oslo Accords, and other peace deals throughout all history. And look, I don't have like lack of respect for those people. I do respect them trying, but we tried it before any of us were born, and it didn't work. And so I'm a realist also. I'm with Hammer. I don't think if you're saying the solution is, oh, they live in peace side by side, all's harmony and everything, or two-state solution. Like if that's the solution, then technically my solution wouldn't fix that either, because I believe they should take the Gazans out, and Israel should take control of Gaza and then make preparations to annex Judea and Samaria. And Arabs that don't have, and Arabs don't. Just let me finish. If Arabs don't have a loyalty to Israel, hey, no harm, no foul. The door's that way, and by door I mean the border to Jordan or Egypt or Syria or wherever, right?
They don't want them.
Well, but that's, again, you're asking me what I would do if, like, that's why I asked you at the beginning. Are you saying, like, if I could control everything, what would happen? Right? Of course they don't want them. Who the fuck wants them?
Of course, yeah.
They've caused problems everywhere. Name one spot that the Palestinians didn't cause problems in. Jordan, yes. Lebanon, yes. Egypt, yes. They kill, a king. They go to Lebanon. They start the Palestinian insurgency that led to the deaths of 150,000+ innocents, right? In Lebanon.
Why did the Arab countries
I'll get there. Though they go to Egypt, they attempt to assassinate their third president. They go to Kuwait, they side with Saddam Hussein and give him information that lead the deaths of the Kuwaitis, so the Kuwaitis kicked him out. They go to Denmark. Everyone, go to Google and look up 64% of Palestinians, Denmark. Tell me what the headline says. I'll tell you what it says. It says, and by the way, these are old numbers. It's actually worse today. 64% of Palestinians have a criminal record. Okay, AD, can you mute yourself, please? Anyway, 64% of Palestinians have a criminal record in Denmark. Like, Denmark, of all places. So yeah, I totally get why they don't want them.
What about what Israel did to Egypt? Or just gonna, like, forget
That's called a whataboutism, what you just did. I can answer the question, but as long as you agree that what you did is a logical fallacy, correct?
Well, yeah, so your point was that what Palestine did to Egypt was wrong. But, like,
no, that wasn't my point at all. That wasn't my point at all.
Oh, you ignored then maybe I misunderstood what you said.
You ignored all the context of what led to the conversation to me saying that. What I'm saying is I could care less if the Palestinians do right by Egypt or wrong by Egypt or Jordan or Syria or Lebanon or Kuwait or Denmark. I don't care. That's not the point at all. What I said, right, was an answer to what he said. Well, they don't want them. I'm giving context. But my overall point is why I'm pro one-state solution. That was really my point. If you're going to sit here and say, well, what about what Israel did? I don't see how that's relevant at all. I don't even know particularly what you're talking about, but I don't see why that matters.
Okay, then I apologize.
No, you're good. I'm just saying. It's just
okay. Sorry, I misread the argument.
No, again, you're good. I'm not mad at you. I'm just saying it's just a deflection. It's fine though. You don't have to apologize.
But my question I wanted to ask was, I guess you and King came up with the, there can't be a perfect solution. But then I see in, like, history, right, like Japan and China's history, right, like the 1940s, where they, what Japan was committing atrocities in China. I'm sure
I don't know. That's mostly like a 1 or 2 generation type of thing. These people have been supporting terrorism since birth for 70, 80, 90, 100+ years. It's not as easy to de-radicalize the Palestinians as it was to de-radicalize Japan or Germany, for that matter.
Yeah, well,
it's not the same thing. It's not the same ideology. This is their religion. You cannot talk them out of their religion.
What you're referring to, Owen, is Unit 731. And yes, I do know about Unit 731. That was only for a matter of 9 years that happened, like Donnie said. It wasn't even a generation. It was not even a full generation. But
they still hate each other.
That's what I was gonna say. They still hate each other. So
they hate each other, but they can live within unison, right?
Obviously, only because Japan, as part of our constitution that we gave them, we de-armed them and we forced them to be a non-military power. In the last month and a half, with the new prime minister of Japan, that really wacky woman who's kind of funny, they said they want to start building up their military, and China lost their minds.
I also want to point out
they went nuts.
I also want to point out they don't even share a border, so it's just a stupid example anyways. Like, it's a ridiculous example. And also, you started the conversation off with, you and Hammer said there's not a perfect solution. Even if you could convince me about Japan and China, that still wouldn't be a perfect solution, but it's not even a good one. It's us controlling the narrative and the aspect. If you're saying we should do what we did with Japan to the Palestinians and control the fuck out of it, yeah, all right.
Why not? I mean, like, I think...
What's the end goal?
Obviously, I believe what we did to like Venezuela is correct, right? Like, we are in control of Venezuela. I support that. I think that's right. So I don't see why I would have to have a different belief if Israel wants to do the same thing to
So what do you do in violation of those orders? So
so I believe that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, can you explain what you mean by that first before I answer?
Yeah, it's simple, right? Because Israel already has done that with Gaza, but they still got weapons in. They still ripped up water lines and turned them into rockets. So what do you do when you say we want to control your arms, effectively de-arm you? You're not going to have any weaponry, munitions, etc. What do you do when they violate those? Not once, not twice, but tens of thousands of times, sometimes on a monthly basis, tens of thousands of times. What do you do?
Yeah, so you would, I think there would be two steps, and I could be wrong here, right? So sanctions are the first thing you do.
You're going to sanction Gaza?
Why not?
Sanction what? Sanction what? You know what sanctions are?
Yes, anything, you stop anything from going in, and you stop anything from going out.
Well, that's called blockade.
That's what we try, but the word called
that's not perfect. There's no. The reason we were able to disarm Japan is because we dropped 2 nukes and we melted 150,000 people in a split second, and the rest of the people said, "Holy shit, we don't want that to happen," and we occupied them for a while, right?
I also want to point out what you just claimed was a blockade, not. I mean,
sorry, I meant blockade. I misspoke.
Okay, so
sanctions would be worthless because they have nothing that the world wants.
Right, exactly. That's why I asked you. Do you know what sanctions are? Like, sanctions, like if you do deals with these people, but who the fuck does deals with Gaza? They don't invent anything. They don't do anything for the world. But regardless, blockade. What do you mean by that? Like no food, no water, no nothing?
I mean, if they want to violate what, like, obviously, Israel has the upper hand in pretty much everything.
Everybody keeps asking if this is moderate. No, you guys.
It's not moderate.
Oh, me? I don't know who moderate is.
It's not. You're not.
Now that you say it, it does sound a little like him, but nah.
That last sentence did sound a little like him, actually.
The voice, but not the accent. You guys, it's not him.
Yeah, so obviously, Israel has the upper hand with obviously military. So I believe that if I think Israel has all the power to them. If they want to blockade, Gaza and say, if you're not going to confine to our, what we believe.
Right. So what do you do with Egypt?
No, but Israel doesn't have the manpower.
But one second, what do you do with Egypt?
What you're saying?
But even if they did, what do you do with Egypt? I don't know if you know I don't know how much you know about Israel and Gaza, but you understand Gaza shares a border with Egypt, right? They found over 50 tunnels that went into Egypt. So what do you do with that? Do you threaten Egypt if they don't start providing their own men to enforce this blockade?
Are all of the tunnels in inhabited places? Like, do the tunnels is like the entirety of these tunnels going under habited places?
I don't see
why
that
they go from Egypt to Gaza.
I also don't really see. I don't see why that matters at all, honestly.
Yeah, because if they're in the middle of the desert,
No, they're starting in Egypt to fully ensure your plan, right?
Okay.
Which in a vacuum, I think your plan sounds great. It's just the reality is where it falls apart. To fully do the blockade that you want, like Nick said, there were dozens of tunnels coming from Egypt into Gaza. That's where all the smuggling was done, and from the Sinai, by the way. What Israel would have to do would put troops in Egypt. violating the sovereignty of a country that Israel has a peace agreement with, is
or
Egypt.
troops in Gaza.
But even that, because what if the tunnel goes, a mile and a half? Like, you know what I mean? What if it goes in a mile and a half into the center of Gaza? Like, at a certain point, they can outbuild distance-wise the people that are above it. There's just not enough people.
Can you not airstrike these?
You have to know about them first, and some of them are too deep.
Good point.
Like some of them are 300 feet, 400 feet underground.
Of course. Yeah.
Anyways, look, even if you could somehow convince me of all of this, let's say they create a brand new technology where they can monitor tunnels that go 1,000 feet underground, and it's a continuous monitoring. It doesn't really add to much. It could just be some kid drinking a Monster at a computer, and it just goes off. And let's say it has 100% success rating. Like, even if you can convince me of all that, it's still not a good solution. That's just kind of, I don't know. That's just kind of more security. Just more security. And by the way, I think Israel should do that. That's why I think my solution's better. Just get them out of Gaza and take control of Gaza. I don't understand why the world... You know how many people get displaced post-war? It's happened throughout all of history. Dude, we displaced hundreds of thousands of Germans who had nothing to do with Germany. I mean, they were German, but they weren't part of the Nazis. They weren't part of even Germany. They lived in Poland for hundreds of years in a society, a community for hundreds of years. And they kicked out hundreds of thousands of them after, and they didn't have anything to do with the war. Whereas the Palestinians in Gaza did have something to do with the war. Like, why are we treating them like little infants? Yeah, it's sad.
You know the answer. You know the answer to that.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. Like, people get displaced all the time. It's better. You know what? It's a win-win. I'll tell you why. Because if you truly are a Palestinian that has nothing at all to do with Hamas, and you don't like them, I'm not saying you're pro-Israel, but you hate Hamas. You're like, they're always dragging us into war. I just want to fucking go to work and eat my kanafe and go to sleep at night. It's still a win for you, because then you can go to work, eat kanafe in Egypt, right? You probably want to leave. You're probably fucking sick of Gaza. And then the second type of person is someone who is actually like, they love Hamas, because they're fighting for Gaza, and they're like, I'm not leaving. I don't care how many times you airstrike my buildings. I'm staying here, and I'm fighting, and I'm resisting. Well, then to me, you're a fucking terrorist, and so I don't really care what happens to you. So it's like a win-win anyways. I don't really understand why we have this weird thing where we treat the Palestinians any different. There's millions of refugees all around the fucking world. And by the way, the Palestinians call themselves refugees. They don't even claim Gaza. They literally say all the time, 70, sometimes I see 85% of Gaza as refugees. So it's not even like they claim Gaza. So it's like, why is it that we treat the Gazans and the Palestinians any different than we treat any other fucking group of people? I don't understand what the fuck it is. Oh, yeah, I do know I'm being facetious here. Of course I know the answer.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
So
just real quick, 444 people. You guys could have had a song by now. Just saying. Tap, 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 tap.
Sorry. Go ahead. So I live in Israel, and I just wanted to ask you, like, I know that you're not a citizen or anything. Why do you support Israel? Like, do you have any background, like a Jewish background or something like that?
Nope.
Just like one day you saw what's happening here and you saw that you just decided to start making videos about it?
Pretty much, yeah.
Why is it sounds like you're mad about it?
Me? I'm not mad about it.
It sounds like you're mad about it. Like, why
no, he's just asking.
And decides to make videos about it.
No, he's just asking. That's just the way he talks.
No, he didn't.
I see his videos. I like them very much.
He's not mad.
I'm not mad at all.
That's just his cadence and his tone. It's just not. He's not.
I have a longer answer. I just answer it a lot, but I know that's not your fault. You're just answering. So
of course,
about 5 years. No, I'll answer it. I'll be somewhat quicker. I'm not gonna give like the full story, but about 5 years ago, or so, back in the 2021 when Hamas launched like those 5,000 rockets into Israel, I was already like about 80,000 followers on, and it was quickly gaining to 100,000. I was gaining like 5,000 followers a day. I was like really blowing up, but I wasn't talking about Jews or Israel or anything like that. I didn't even really know any Jews or Israelis, or not that I knew of, right? And so what happened was I was talking about like contemporary news and like conservative news.
Except you're Mossad handler.
Other than the Mossad handler, yeah, that's right. I was in the military at the time, and so I made a video that it wasn't even like pro-Israel. I mean, it was kind of pro-Israel, but it wasn't even like a super pro-Israel video. What happened was I made fun of a bunch of leftists because they changed their BLM bio to Free Palestine, and the part I made fun of wasn't even that they added it; they changed it. Like they took out the BLM. So I made a joke about like virtue signaling. And I went to bed that night because I posted at night. I went to bed. I remember because I woke up the next day and that video went pretty viral, especially for the time. TikTok wasn't really that big back then. And it was like 70% just like Muslims and pro-Pallies just they thought I was Jewish, right? And so they like 90% of the comments were like, I hope you get gas, Jew this, Jew that, Hitler, all that. And I was just kind of like, yeah. So I made another video kind of being like, well, I'm not fucking Jewish. And it just kind of like pushed me, like I think they were trying to bully me out of talking about it, but I do the opposite. I'm very aggressive in that matter. So I kind of started talking more about it, and then I read my first book, Arab-Israeli Wars by Chaim Herzog, and then I read another book and another, and over the 5 years I've read about 25 to actually probably close to 30 books now, honestly. Anti-Zionist books, Zionist books, neutral books. I met, my now wife, which is the person at the bottom, Danielle. She's American Israeli, and I met my good friend, which is right here. That's him right there.
That's right.
It's him also on the panel. Hammer. That's not what his name was at the time, but I met him about 5 years ago, actually. And yeah, I just they started teaching me, and it's crazy because a lot of people are like, I'm Israeli and I learned stuff from you. 5 years ago, I didn't know 99% of the
5 years ago, I knew way more than you did.
Yeah, I couldn't even told you. I mean, I knew more than the average American. I wasn't like completely ignorant, but like compared to how I am today, yeah, no, I did not know that much. I couldn't even tell you who
Nick,
Arafat was.
Can I ask you, you and Amr, a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Alhamdulillah.
2 years ago, I don't know if you remember, but I remember, I came up on your live and I suggested, yeah, I know, I remember. I
totally remember you.
You remember? Yeah.
No, not at all. I'm kidding. Sorry.
Anyway, I suggested the same solution you just said, but with the Gaza, but you guys lasted me. Now, I don't get me wrong. No, don't get me wrong. I'm glad you like the idea. I just want to know what made you change your
I just don't believe. Look, I don't remember.
It was after October 7th, and I said, I think, in my opinion,
just
the
one
Gazans,
second. Just let me answer, because now maybe you're being a little hyperbolic right now, but there's no way I would have blasted you, because even before October 7th, when people would say it, I didn't always particularly agree, but I never blasted people because I'm like, yeah, I can understand that point of view. So I would have never blasted you for saying that. I mean, dude, I used to be.
I didn't mean to say you blasted me. I got
you. So I mean, dude, well, either way, I wouldn't have laughed either. I would have been like, yeah, I understand that point of view. I'm just not particularly.
I just want to mention it was after October 7th.
I got you, bro. I just want to say real quick that even when I first started talking about Israel, I was pro two-state solution, and now I would laugh at myself if I could go back in time. Like it's just things change, I try to, see certain points of views. It's not that I ever really had much sympathy for the Palestinian people. I see most of them as, if not terrorist sympathizers, and I'm not afraid to say that. I'll say it to their face. I'll say it on the lives. I'll say it in a video. I don't care. But it's just kind of like I wanted to see. I'm not gonna say like it was like an emotional point of view. It was just kind of like, one, to be fair, when you first start talking about Israel, two-state solutions kind of like immediately kind of hits your radar, because that's what most of the, I'm not gonna say most of the world, but most of the world that doesn't really talk about Israel but talks about Israel, that's what they say: two-state solution. Politicians say it. And so yeah, I just grew up. The more you learn, the more you realize that there's no really living with these people in that context. And the more you grow up and the more you read, the more you realize Israel's in the right. And so, yeah, that's it.
It's a sign of maturity. It's a sign of maturity and intellectual depth to be able to change your point of view when you get new information. If new information comes to you and you keep the same point of view, then you're closed-minded and you're a shallow thinker. I think for me, because I support a full ethnic cleansing of Judea and Samaria and Gaza. I support kicking them all out. I don't care where they go. Makes no difference to me. I could give a shit. Send them to Greenland, Somaliland.
Whoa, not Greenland. That's America soon.
Well, that's true. So yeah, not Greenland, Somaliland. But I think this is the case for a lot of people, probably more so in the West than Israel, but I think even a lot of people in Israel. I don't think any of us could have possibly imagined how bad Gaza was. Like we knew it was bad. We knew they were lunatics. We knew they were terrorists. But like the depth, I remember reading, like a few months after the ground invasion started, they interviewed a soldier, and he said every single house we go into has a tunnel or weapons or booby traps. You know what I mean? Like I knew it was bad. I knew they had tunnels, right? But you don't know until you have more information that we got from the war.
Right.
Now, after seeing October 7th and the aftermath and just how ingrained violence is in that society, I'm of the conclusion that it's Sodom and Gomorrah, and I wish God would drop sulfur and hellfire on Gaza and wipe the whole place out. But that's because I have more information.
Literally nobody on planet Earth would miss them. Nobody.
I think it's also fair to say, and I hope you understand this, and this isn't a critique of you per se, but I am somebody who, I do these lives almost on a nightly basis. I'm talking about this subject literally every single day.
I'm here every day, believe me. I hear your lives.
Right.
I love it.
And so you have to understand from my point of view, it might take me some time because I am gaining a lot more information than 99% of people. I'm talking with more people on both sides than 99% of people. And so for me, like what Hammer said, gaining more information should naturally get you to change your position, not always in the other direction or this. No, sometimes it's even solidifying the position you already have, but still it's a change. You went from, I'm pretty sure about this to, oh, now I'm very sure. Or I'm pretty sure about this. Oh, you know what? Maybe actually this is a better option. And by someone who's taking in a lot of information and talking to a lot of people, it might take me a little bit longer, but Hammer nailed it. I knew Gaza was crazy before. I could never have imagined how toxic and just disgusting the culture is there. And like it's in the children, it's in the like before, I knew about Farfood and Tomorrow's Pioneers and the little cartoon they watch, and so I knew it's pretty fucked up. Now I know it's extremely fucked up. And
I think that you were under the impression that it was way more like concentrated to Hamas. And right. You could see how spread out it actually is amongst the society.
Yeah, hearing that phone call, I mean, this was pretty much on October 7th, October 8th, right? That, it was almost immediate the phone call was released. But the thing about October 7th that really got me, I'm not going to say the most, there's obviously a lot of things. I made sure that I saw everything that I could about October 7th. Obviously, there's a lot out there, so it's possible I haven't seen anything. But if I haven't seen 99% of at least the videos that are out there, / the, messages, everything, it's got to be 100%. I made sure, even though it took me time, I made sure to watch it. One of the biggest things that got me was that phone call where he called his dad to brag about killing Jews. You would think it was the Jews and being shot and the blood and all that. Don't get me wrong, that got me too. But it was actually one of the Arabs. It was the enemy's video.
It was the dad's reaction that got me.
It wasn't just I
wish I was there with you.
It wasn't just him saying to his dad oh yeah, I'm doing the operation with Hamas, and that was it. It was I've taken out 10 Jews, Dad, not Zionists, not Israeli Jews. And he's like, oh, God be with you. And I wish I was there with you. And the mom gets on and she's kind of like, oh, yeah. I wish I was happiness. There. Yeah, it's insane. And so when you sit here and you say, oh, Hamas isn't the Palestinians, I hear it all the time. Dude, this Hamas guy called his parents. And I doubt his parents are in the ranks of Hamas. And they cheered him on. It's insane.
Yeah. Nick, could I actually tell a quick story?
Wait a minute. I gotta go to work, Nick. I love your contact. Appreciate the answer. Have a blessed day.
God bless. Have a good. Yeah, go ahead, Matan.
Right. So, did you ever see the teacher in Israel who tweeted about Gaza, about how he's against the Israeli government and stuff like that? Did you ever hear that story? It went really viral, actually.
When was this? It sounds familiar, but
Yeah, it was around, I think, a year and a half, 2 years ago.
Yeah,
I
think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, like it got millions of views on Al Jazeera and like stuff like that. Went really viral. That was actually at my school. Yeah, so
in Israel.
Yeah, in Israel. So there were protests at my school to kick the teacher out. People were recording him. They wanted to, hit him. Everyone was really mad at the teacher. And then there was actually a news outlet that came from the Netherlands, and they came to interview. And now everyone speaks Hebrew, and they don't have the best English. So some people came to me because I speak really good English. I was actually born in LA.
Right.
So they came to me and they wanted me to be interviewed by the news outlet. And they didn't ask anything about the teacher. They went straight to ask what kids in Israel think about the Gazans, trying to like trap me into saying something, that isn't good, so they could use it against us, like Hamza does. You know Hamza?
Is that the dude that talks to like 6-year-olds?
Yeah, that guy. So they were trying to trap me into saying something, not so good. So it's crazy. Like a whole news outlet, they came with cameras and microphones and everything, and the police came to them right away and took them out of there. So yeah.
It's crazy. All right, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for the.
All right, so I have to go to school. Actually, it's 8:30 here. So have a good one. Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
That's crazy. All right, guys. Let's do a little bit of Omingle. Omi. It's not really Omi, but whatever. I'll just call it Omi. Let me just put only Israel-Palestine as talking points and see if that does anything instead of putting like all the other stuff too. Nice.
Come on, dude, you need to go in like.
Yo.
Hello.
Are you Hasidic?
No, I'm not. I'm not Jewish. How old are you?
Why are you on Israel tag, sir?
Because I advocate for Israel.
Oh fuck no.
Why did you think I was Hasidic? I don't because I have a beard. Is that what she thinks? Rabbi Nick. It's definitely the beard. Yeah, probably. Oh, yeah, well,
Hello. That's what my dad calls him. He calls me your husband, the rabbi.
Probably running through NVIDIA broadcast still.
I got you. Cool. Are you like pro-Israel or something?
No. Yep.
I am. Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah. Why did you put Israel as a tag?
I usually like to listen to whatever regurgitated stuff about how it's important for the defense of the West, or they're the best ally we could ever hope for, or, the common lies.
I mean, I don't know if I'd particularly be that direct. Why do you think that it's a lie that it would be important for security of the West?
Because honestly, I don't think that Israel's doing anything special to protect the West. They're just building an ethno-state slowly but surely, as we'll see a phase out of the current Arab Israeli population. It will grow smaller proportionally over the next few years, and eventually they will be a good and proper ethno-state due to bias in immigration based on race.
Well, I mean, it's not race, but that being said, you said that the Israeli Arabs are going to drop. Right. The Israeli
in proportionality, yes.
You think the Israeli Arab population is going to drop?
As a proportion of the overall Israeli population, yes. As you get more immigration and...
Why has it grown every year then?
Still early in the phase of taking over what remaining land belongs to Palestine.
It's been 77 and a half years, and it's grown every year. Do you know what percentage of Israel are Arabs?
Less than 20%, isn't it? Around 20?
21%. 20 to 21%. And it's grown every year. So you're saying something's going to change because it grows every single year. And I find it interesting how you either don't know that or you do, and you're saying something's going to change. Are they going to make like a new law where they kick them out? Where are you getting at?
Immigration will increase.
Immigration hasn't changed, but the Israeli Arabs still, the population grows every year, even with immigration. And what you're talking about is Aliyah. That hasn't changed since the beginning of the country. So what's going to change next year or the year after that?
Well, but he said in proportion. Is it growing in proportion? I don't know that answer.
It is,
Keep going further into the extremes. I mean, we've all seen videos online of IDF officers or IDF soldiers, not necessarily officers, I'm sorry, of IDF soldiers being absolute scum of the earth in videos. And if that's what we're seeing, imagine what's happening off of the videos. And we all see the videos of, Christians being treated like trash in Israel, spat upon, and all this other fun shit. Because it's clear, and it's often children, interestingly enough, which is funny because it's exactly what Israel...
I hear what you're saying, and I've seen these videos too. I think it's a little disingenuous to try to take videos, especially ones that are just circulated over and over throughout the years, when there's hundreds and hundreds of thousands of examples on a daily basis of this not happening. I was in the military, U.S. military, for 12 years, and we had U.S. military do awful things, but I also wouldn't say that the U.S. military does it. When I was on my first deployment, we were restricted to the base because a year before that, a Marine raped a Japanese woman and unalived her, right? And so I would be answering you exactly the same if somebody said, oh, the U.S. military does this. Also, a lot of the officers in the IDF are Arabs.
Can you ask him if he puts the lotion in the basket?
I did not.
What did you just say? I'm sorry.
I did not. No.
Right. And so Arabs in Israel proper, have the exact same rights. Have you ever been to Israel?
I'm too poor to have ever left the U.S., my dude. Not
that
all
guy's
of
never
us
left his
have,
house.
Okay. That explains the ignorance then. I've been all over the world.
Ignorance. Yes. Have you ever had to sacrifice groceries for a week so you could make rent?
Yes.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, of course you have. I've been poor before, and then I'm originally from Compton. Like, I grew up in very bad neighborhoods, and then I joined the U.S. military. I worked hard. I became a nuclear engineer, and now
they didn't want me in the military. Something about trannies.
I'm surprised that. Oh,
not shocking at all.
You're a tranny.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay. Yep, that is the U.S. military policy, but nonetheless.
Wait a second. That's only under Trump.
It wasn't just under Trump.
Biden was letting in trannies.
Only for a little bit.
And they were paying for their surgeries.
For a little bit, that's true, but
unless he didn't seem that old.
Well, I don't know. Hello.
He had to go check on the person underground. I wish you would have asked him if he put the lotion in the basket.
Very, very boring.
Yeah, I don't think that person was comprehending anything. What's up? Sorry, what'd you say, dude?
Bust down early, put it in my ass.
Oh my god, dude.
Am I butted?
This is fucking weird.
In the old days, we would have said that kid was a little bit touched.
That tonight's gonna be a good night.
Fill up your
Oh
cup.
my god!
Mazel
My
tov.
eyes. I need to wash my eyes. I need to bleach them right now.
Bro, what is happening right now?
Look back.
Actually, proud infidel. They are actually finding that to be true. That when these kids who are transitioning are put on hormone and puberty blockers, it is lowering their IQ by about 4 to 6 points.
That's crazy.
It is negatively affecting their brain development.
I think in 20 plus years, we're going to look back at this and just be ashamed.
Oh, I'm ashamed now.
I am too. I'm saying the whole world will understand what were we thinking? That's
Yeah,
like
entertainment, but
no, you were right, proud infidel. You nailed it.
Qatar. Aww. I had someone from Qatar.
Came out of mud with.
There's also a high rate of people transitioning, proud infidel, from people who have autism.
Hey.
Are you Palestinian?
Am I Palestinian? God, no.
Why are you on the tag, dude?
Because I like to talk to Palestinians, Arabs.
I'm Iranian. How can I help you?
You're Iranian?
Yeah. Iran. You fucker. You're a liar. You got that necklace.
Yeah, it's Israel. It has the Golan Heights.
Tell him to look at the flag.
That's how you win every.
He can't see
can't
it.
see the flag.
Sorry, can you speak up? I can't hear you.
It makes them go
So when I see
crazy.
Palestinians wearing that,
Yeah, this
is the only difference the Golan Heights?
Oh, okay. Let's
I put my
go.
head down to you. Yeah.
Nice.
And yeah, it's great. You should tell the other white people to learn from you. You know, the other whites are.
That's what I'm trying to do. I go live every day and I talk about this stuff.
No, but really the issue, I don't think it's Islam though. I'm gonna be honest. I hate Islam. I'm the biggest Islamophobe.
Okay.
I'm the #1 advocate for Islamophobia. I think
love
the
this guy.
issue with Iran in particular is Marxism. That's the only consistency I see among people who are white, Hispanic,
He's
and
not totally wrong, but
No, I think you're right. I mean, I think a big part is Islam, but I think you're right in a more direct way. It is the economic policies, especially in the southwest Iran, during where the Persian Gulf is, and the Akhaz. They have this area. I just actually learned about this where they take out these gases outside of the Persian Gulf and they split it 50-50 with Qatar. And you have, between that, you have them with the nuclear facilities, funding terrorism, Hezbollah, Houthis, Hamas, PIJ, etc., South American operations, and their people, like, they don't even have electricity 24 hours a day. It's insane.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
Exactly. No,
Anyways,
it's true. Yeah. Burn your local mosque. Take care. Have a good one.
Tell him Javid Shokesh. Tell him Javid Shokesh. Oh,
yeah, he's gone already, yeah.
He
Javid
said burn
Shokesh.
down the. Oh my god.
Your local mosque, that's crazy.
Dude, Iranians they just want to be normal.
Dude, there's a dude requesting that's a Persian Jew. I'll bet you anything he's lit.
Yo, can I put everybody?
What's up?
Are you streaming?
Am I what?
Are you streaming?
Yeah.
I think chat just heard me, bro.
What chat? What?
I think your chat just heard me.
Yes, they can hear you. I'm streaming.
I know. I said, can I put up your butt?
Oh, I just couldn't understand you because you kind of like went like. It's just fucking weird.
Bring up the Persian Jew real quick.
Yo.
Yeah. All right. There's 3 people, so I'm just gonna bring them all up.
Ben. It's Ben.
It's too late. I already brought them all up.
Oh.
I'm a Persian Jew.
I know, dude. I looked at your profile. That's why I told him to bring you up.
No, Danny.
You're a
Boy
good
said
guy,
he's a
man. That's
Persian
what's
Jew,
up.
too.
I think Ben's the Persian Jew.
I think both of them. Oh, I think both of them might be.
That's dope.
Hello.
Yes, hello.
Hello. How we doing, man?
I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good, brother. I love your channel, man. That other guy was a pretty good guest, man. He was a good guy.
Appreciate it.
You talking about Shokesh?
Yeah, he was funny, man. When he was leaving, that was funny as hell, man.
Who?
The last guest that was here.
Islamophobic guy.
Oh, yeah, he was funny.
Yeah.
Anyways, cool, man.
Bro, I went out on a limb to have him bring you up here. You better do better than this, because right now you are boring. Bring the heat.
Okay, to be fair, that was Danny Boy, not Ben.
Oh, sorry. I'm not paying attention. Who's talking?
All right, thanks, Danny. Yes, go ahead, Ben.
You're big Sadiq, bro. Big Sadiq.
Thanks,
man. For 47 years, dude, I'm not kidding. I've never seen my dad happier than he is right now.
Yeah, that's awesome. Good. That makes me happy.
You're 47. Imagine getting kicked out of your country that you grew up in for 47 years because the regime hates Jews. Like,
that's crazy.
There were 80,000 Jews in Iran.
I mean, hail Hitler with it, fellas.
Ooh,
right.
You're so edgy. You're
Just
so
one
edgy.
second. We'll let you be anti-Semitic in a second.
Hitler?
Hold on.
No? Hail
Yeah,
Hitler?
just size.
No?
Just 1 second. I'll get to you. I promise.
No, hail Hitler, man.
Yeah,
Come
yeah,
on.
you got it.
Listen to me, family.
Bro, does anyone actually
No,
get
come
offended
on.
by that? Like, is there like literally nobody cares? Just don't interrupt. You can say it after.
Wait,
Just let
wait,
him
wait,
speak
wait,
first. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Hail Hitler, though?
Yeah, dude, you look fucking inbred. Yeah,
Get a job.
I'm talking to Ben right now. It was a nice story.
Dude looks literally like fucking inbred. Like he actually put his face on his profile picture. It's like, dude, you could have.
Ben, is your dad in contact with people still inside Iran?
So our entire family, with the exception of a distant uncle of mine, has all left.
Okay.
Because obviously you cannot be openly Jewish, and I also half of my family also lives in Israel because that's where they went to in the 80s after they left Iran. So, you know, they just jailed, like 3 months ago, jailed an old Persian man for Jewish man who visited Iran in like 13 years prior. So you can be thrown in jail for years at a time for just visiting.
I heard about that. Yeah.
Is your dad confident that this is actually going to work?
He's like, we're all optimistic. Like, my mom and my dad are the opposites. My mom does not give a shit about Iran anymore. She had such a terrible time living in the Iran-Iraq war that she just hates Iran, like, from now on. Like, her family lives in Israel too, so she just had such a terrible time. She doesn't care about what happens there. But my dad is.
My Persian family doesn't give a fuck either. I'll be honest.
Yeah, but optimism isn't confidence. Are they confident? Not optimistic, but do they think it's actually going to stick this time?
I would say me and my dad and half of the Persian Jews I've talked to are confident. And I live in LA, so I'm very connected.
Of course you live in LA. You're a Persian Jew. You probably live near Beverly. You live near Beverly Hills, and you probably go to Temple Sinai, or the one down the street. Now, like, come on, dude. Let's be real.
Not quite, but you're not far off.
Yeah, you're the one down the street on Beverly Glen. I know. What's up?
That's funny.
Yeah, but no, the best thing you guys can do is just keep talking about it. The more you talk about it, the more attention you bring to it. That's all. The best thing to do.
All right, brother. Well, I'm praying.
Can I ask the host a question?
Thanks, Ben. Yes, go ahead.
Because I'm not pro-Palestine, but I am Democrat, and I just want to know what you think about, like, why is it that people in my political party just kind of like are on this like pro-Palestinian thing, and they're just kind of getting played by the Muslims?
Because your party's not known for intelligence.
No, is it because people in my side of the aisle want to be radical? Is it because they're romanticized?
Your party has been taken over by neo-Marxists, and the left controls the flow of information that goes into the Democratic Party. And the left hates the West, hates capitalism, hates imperialism and hates what they perceive to be colonialism. And Israel represents all those things as the tip of the spear, right? Israel's the tip of the spear and everything flows from it. If they believe that if Israel falls, then the rest of the West will follow soon after it. And so that's what it is. They hate capitalism. They hate what they perceive to be white people. They hate colonialism, imperialism, and they hate Western values.
Can I ask King H a question?
And they think they're being good people.
Can I ask King H a question? Why is it that like so this colonialism, imperialism stuff, like the Muslims like did that shit and almost like took over Europe and stuff, and like I don't understand why people on my side of the aisle don't denounce like the conquest.
They're not white.
They're taking it over right now.
Because they're not white. And
God.
Democrats, well, let's call them liberals and leftists because it's an ideological thing, are the most racist people in the world, even though they think they're morally righteous and not racist. And it is their belief that brown people can't live by Western values and Western norms. And so they don't hold brown people to the same standard of expectations. Right? When brown people are killing brown people, they're like, they don't give a shit. Like what's going on in Iran, right? All the people at the Golden Globes, they were pins for that woman that got shot in Minneapolis. They talked about Gaza, but 10,000 Iranians have been slaughtered in the last 3 days, but they don't care because when brown people are killing brown people, even though Iranians are white people because Iran comes from Aryan. But that's true. When brown people are killing brown people, they don't give a shit. When there's black on black crime in the United States, they don't care. When a white guy commits a crime against a black person, they lose their minds. When a black officer shoots a white person, they don't care. When a white officer shoots a black person, they lose their minds because they don't hold minorities to the same moral and ethical standard.
Is that why Europe is the way it is right now? Because my mother has friends who are like actually Swedish people, and they before anyone brought it up, they brought it up to her that people are setting off bombs in Sweden.
Oh yeah,
yes,
it's a huge problem.
Because leftists try to be, again, they virtue signal. They try to be good people, and they've let all these people that have ruined their cultures.
It's called suicidal empathy.
Isn't this why Lebanon is Muslim? Because Lebanon was Christian.
All right, bro.
Yes.
I just I'm sorry. I couldn't take the ejaculating he was doing every 5 seconds. I don't know if you can hear that.
Oh, I didn't hear it.
Really?
No.
Okay.
Nick, I have a question for you.
Say over and over. First, I thought
Nick,
it was
I
funny,
have a
but
question
then
for you.
just a little too much. Yes, go ahead, Eben.
Well, the latest estimate or the latest expert, they're saying that if Israel attack Iran, their response will be more devastation, like 10 times more devastation to Israel than the first time. What do you think of that?
Nothing. I don't think anything of it. Well, what's the name of the expert's name?
Well, I mean, those...
What's the name of the expert's name?
I don't know their name.
Okay, perfect. So if you couldn't even take the time to learn the name, right? I believe somebody said it, but if you don't even know who the person is, then isn't it at least somewhat fair to say that probably don't really care what they have to say? Experts said that Hillary Clinton was going to win the election. I don't know what to tell you. And also, the Iranian regime and experts say this literally every single time. And every single time, Israel has done significantly worse to the IRGC than vice versa. Not even like 50-50, not even 60-40. It's like 99-1. Like, yes, the IRGC does stuff. It's not like they're as bad as Hamas or Hezbollah. But again, comparing the two, it's night and day. But let me ask you a question. Let's look at this logically, because you probably heard what I said and you're not going to believe me. Logically, if Iran had the ability to do that, well then how come during the 12-day war, How come they allowed Israel to have complete air superiority for 12 days over their own country? How come they allowed Israel not to take out some, but all of their air defense systems? How come they allowed the U.S., after Israel takes out their air defense systems, to send a flying Dorito over to bomb them? How come they allowed Israel to build a drone factory in the heart of their country, in Tehran, to launch drones in the midst of the night? How come they allowed Mossad agents to trick the leadership of Iran to go into a building for a secret meeting that never existed to take them all out? If you're right, they're not you, this expert's right, that it's going to be so bad for Israel, how come they didn't do that the first time?
Well, you know, their strength is in the missiles. They didn't have a strength in airplane. They don't have a good.
Yeah, you're not answering my question very much.
Well, I'm saying that their main strength it's in their missiles. Okay.
Right. So that doesn't answer my question. Why didn't they do this the first time?
Because they don't have the anti-aircraft that they never have the S-300 nor S-400.
They did. They had both the S-300 and S-400. They did.
No,
literally,
they
did. They got them from Russia. No, you're just wrong. They got them from Russia. They literally
just blew them up. Israel just took them out.
Right. What are you talking about, dude?
What I know is they asked for them, but they never got them from Russia.
No, that's not true. No, that's not true. You're making that up. You're literally making that up.
Maybe they have the 300, but not the 400.
No, they did. No, they did. Also, let me ask you something. Even if they had the 400, is the 400 capable against F-35s? The answer is no. So even if you were right, which you're not, you're literally making things up. I know you are. I can tell by the way you're stuttering. But even if you were right, so what? That's not going to stop Israel anyways. S-400s are not that great.
Yeah, but the devastation they have, the response was that Israel, they never faced this kind of
what devastation? Yeah, because Israel has always beat the shit out of all the surrounding Arab nations constantly. But that being said, what are you talking about? They've never had... What exactly did Iran accomplish? Yes, they blew up some buildings, that's true, and they were already rebuilt. They hit a lot of unmanned areas, dirt fields, streets. I'm not going to say they did literally nothing, but
they were precise.
In terms, they weren't precise. No, they literally weren't. No, first, okay, what did they hit?
Well, they hit the Mossad headquarters. They just
they didn't. They missed that by about 100 meters. They aimed for it, and they did hit a building where they said the headquarters was. By the way, it never was the headquarters. It was actually just a detachment office, and I don't even know if they actually hit the office or just the building the office was in. But still, again, it's... What are you talking about? Like, are you really this delusional? Nobody actually thinks... Dude, what are you talking about?
Can I ask you a question, Ibn?
Yes, go ahead.
You acknowledge that Israel had air superiority over Iran, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Knowing that, let's just think rationally, right? If a country has air superiority over another country, can you and I agree that that country that has air superiority, if they wanted to, could do anything they wanted?
Well, I mean, Israel, they just want to attack their...
I don't care what they want to do.
Nuclear,
forget Israel, forget Iran. Let's call it King Hebrew country and Ibn country. Okay, I get air superiority over your country. At that point, I can do whatever I want, correct?
Well, yeah, the mentality of the Israeli, of course.
Okay,
we see what they did in Gaza,
Great,
we saw that.
Perfect, I'm with you. So now, knowing that Israel has air superiority over Iran, you say if Iran attacks, it'll be 10 times worse. If Israel has air superiority, they could destroy all of Tehran if they wanted to. All of it. They could blow up every single... It'll take them a little while because Tehran's big. But if they wanted to, could they destroy all of Tehran?
Well, I mean, Iran, as you said, Iran is so huge. It's not that simple. Gaza. It's not Gaza.
Could they, if given enough time, with complete air superiority and no anti-aircraft or anti-missile defenses, could Israel, if given enough time, destroy all of Tehran?
I mean, they could use a nuclear weapon if they want.
Could they do it? Yes or no?
The question is,
oh my God, Ibn Sharmuta, bro, answer the question.
Just answer. Could they do it?
Yeah.
Could they do it?
No,
yes or no?
Well, I mean, a war, there is a limit in the war. When you
my
go
God,
to
I'm
war,
giving you one more chance to answer, dude.
Possible.
I mean, there is,
I'm not asking you if it's likely. I'm asking you if it's possible.
Well, why they didn't do it then?
Oh my God.
Because they didn't want. I didn't ask you why. I'm asking you.
That's what I'm answering. Because there is a certain thing that they want to destroy the nuclear facility. That's their plan. Plus,
you're missing my point, because you know the answer, and if you give the answer that you know is the right answer, it undercuts your whole argument. You know, and I know, that if Israel wanted to, if they were as evil as the IRGC, that Israel tomorrow could start destroying all of Tehran. It would take them a few weeks, maybe a month. But if they just said, we want to destroy Tehran, they could do it. Every building, every apartment, every school, every government building, the parliament, where Khomeini lives, they could destroy it all. They choose not to, but they could. So when you say Iran is going to do, don't do that.
Well, what I said is that
Iran could do 10. You said Iran could do 10 times more damage.
Yeah,
they could do 10 times more damage only if Israel holds back. If Israel doesn't hold back, they can't do 10 times more damage.
Well, I mean, when I think Israel now, they will not attack Iran. That's what I believe. Okay?
I agree with you.
They're just waiting to see maybe this demonstration will succeed and change the regime, which is I doubt it.
I agree with you, but that's not the point I made. You were talking about if Israel does X, Iran's going to do Y, and the damage is going to be so significant. And maybe you're right. Maybe you're right.
It will be
I can't predict you're wrong. I can't predict it, but you also know that I'm right, that if Israel wanted to, they could destroy all of Tehran.
Well, half of Israel will be destroyed too.
No, not half.
Why not?
Because Israel has missile defense.
They have, listen, what they use, I think they use like 120 missiles in the 12 days.
Hell no, man.
We're talking about accurate, not
Bro,
the other one.
They used way more than that. What are you talking about?
No, the other one, it was a decoy. They just sent it,
How do you know that? How do you know it was a decoy?
Bro, they used way more than that. But that being said,
how do you know it was a decoy?
But that being said, Israel also, on top of destroying air defense, they destroyed by far most of Iran's missiles where they were keeping them. In fact, the reason Iran went from sending a lot of missiles to sending next to nothing in the final days of the 12-day war was because Israel kept taking out, because to shoot these missiles, you have to move them into position. And Israel kept taking them out as they gained more and more land and they were pushing in. So Iran, who, by the way, the further away from Israel they are, the less accurate. So Israel took out all of these areas right here because these are the closest areas to Israel. So that means Iran had to start firing from over here and over here and over here. And so they were missing more and more because their rocket or their missiles are already not that accurate. Okay? And this isn't up for argument. They're really not that accurate. And so the problem is that they had to send less and less because of that. And so unless you think Iran, who somehow was magically able to rebuild all of that again in just a matter of months, sure, they've rebuilt some because they don't care about their people living in darkness and not having money or water. They care more about building missiles for Israel to destroy again. But nonetheless, unless you believe that's the case, you're just wrong. But that being said, if they did, let's say hypothetically, if they were to start to do some serious damage to Israel, Israel would just attack significantly stronger. And I'm sure, unless you're being extremely dishonest, you understand that Israel's capabilities and military equipment is far superior. Like, if they were to go 1-for-1, they would destroy now I get Hammer's question about all of Tehran, but more realistically, the important parts of Tehran, military infrastructure, government buildings, things related to the IRGC, they could destroy all of that before you even get to 5% of Israel, let alone half of Israel. Anyways, all right, Ibn, you did well. Jaddy, go ahead.
Another one.
Yeah, I thought Israel's missile interceptors are depleted, so they don't want to face it. They don't want to face another.
What do you mean depleted? What do you mean by that? You think they don't have anything left?
I mean, their Iron Dome. They had to.
Well, first off, the Iron Dome.
They had to come back and let me finish. They had to come back and ask the USA.
There's no reason to finish because it's wrong already.
They had to come back and ask the USA for more interceptors.
Okay, so this is why
you're depleted. They got overwhelmed.
Dude, you're embarrassing yourself the more you're talking. I'm actually trying to help you by stopping you because the more you're saying things, the more wrong they are. The reason is two reasons. One, the Iron Dome isn't used against Iranian ballistic missiles. Now, of course, you don't know this because you don't know what you're talking about.
Sorry, David Sling.
Iron Dome.
David Sling.
Well, it would probably be more like the Arrow system, but David Sling sometimes as well. That being said, it had a 92
super
points.
Expensive.
Stop talking, dude. Like, you're already wrong.
You don't let me finish. You don't let anybody
because
finish.
You said something wrong. I'm correcting what you said. And you've even admitted you already said something wrong because you just went, oh, so sorry, I meant this. Right? So we've already established you were wrong.
No,
so
I mean, I meant
stopped
the whole
you. All right,
interceptor
shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. We've already established that you don't know what you're talking about and you were wrong. So I'm trying to correct you and you're interrupting me. Right? So one, those were not depleted at all. In fact, they intercepted over 92% of the missiles that were coming in. The first few days when there was a lot of them coming in, I think it had an 85 to 90% success. Still, very, very good success rate. But you're right, it was a little bit more overwhelmed. When you say overwhelmed as if it was stopping nothing or even minority, no, you're just wrong. They were stopping by far the majority of missiles coming in. This is a fact. But definitely as they were destroying more and winning more during the 12-way war, it started to get above 95% even success rate. And for your second part that you said something wrong, you said they had to ask America. You do know that they have contracts with America where over 80% of the missile defense funding literally goes to American contractors like Raytheon. And so when you said they had to ask America, the reason I know you don't know what the fuck you're talking about is because they already have contracts with America to make these. So yes, they did have to ask America, but that's not a bad thing. That's literally what they always do because that's who they have the contract with. So that's why
it's
you're wrong.
The U.S. was depleted. The THAAD system. We did use a lot of the THAAD, and we haven't been able to replace them. The Arrow system is being replenished pretty quickly. Israel just signed a deal with Germany, actually, so they're replenishing, but they're less complicated than the THAAD. But the THAAD system was depleted to a degree. We have not replaced all the THAAD systems that we used, missiles.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, this idea.
The Arrow's pretty good. I think we're pretty good on the Arrow.
Right. So Jaddy, you can unmute yourself, dude, just so you know. But when you say "so I was right," so why you say I'm wrong? First off, bad English. Second off, you literally were not correct. The THAAD system is the American system. The Arrow is the Israeli one. And you said Iron Dome anyways. But even if you said Arrow, you were wrong. You were wrong in what you said. You were wrong in what you meant. You were wrong in who supplies it. And the irony is, even if you were right and it was the Arrow system, you were still wrong because I think you're just referring to reloading and you think somehow reloading means overwhelmed. So you were wrong in just about every possible way you could have been wrong in. Anyways, you can unmute yourself just so you know. You just gotta click the mic button. It should be at the bottom of your screen.
Oh.
There you go. You figured it out. Wow, I had to teach you how to internet. Anyways, now for your next point.
You have 2 degrees, right? You said you're getting your second bachelor's degree. Is that what you said?
That's true, but irrelevant. none of the information I'm giving
you're smarter than me. I only have one degree. Sorry.
Yeah, degrees don't equal intelligence at all. Like,
I got 0.
I mean,
yeah, everything I'm telling you has nothing to do with my
Same.
degrees. It's just a dumb point. I could have
No
0
degree
degrees.
for me.
When I had 0 degrees, I was still smarter than you. Like, it's insane to imply. But anyways, the second thing you said, which is
I'm
also
with you,
dumb,
Hammer.
no, it's costly to maintain those systems. Yes, that's why there's aid package and stuff, but it really doesn't matter because that's a change of topic.
Okay, you just
Your
said it right there.
original
You said
argument-
aid packages.
Stop,
so it's aid, so it's free.
Stop,
it's free from you.
Stop. The problem is, before you interrupt me, is that's not what your argument was. Your argument was incorrectly to say that they were overwhelmed and depleted. If you're saying that they need to spend money, yes, all war in history needs to spend money. So what? That's not what you said. You said it was depleted. Okay, now you can respond and try your hardest to stick on the topic. Or say I was wrong, I meant to say this, and then we can maybe change the topic. I gotta be honest, you're kind of boring me. I want to go back to Omegle. Okay, dude, I know you know how to unmute. You figured it out before. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. It's almost like they make the symbol, it's a picture. Because if you don't know how to read, which I'm starting to suggest maybe you don't, right? It's a picture. So it makes it very easy for you. You just literally click the thing that looks like a microphone. Just all right. Well, I give up. Oh, there's a new person. Yes, eyes.
Well, I'm a spiritualist. Icebox, I use my name.
What?
I'm a spiritualist. Icebox, I use my name. If you want to know more about me, you check my videos.
We don't give a shit about you. Why would we give a shit about you?
What did he say? You heard that?
He's a spiritualist.
Oh, spiritualist.
Check out my videos.
Oh, okay. No, I don't know. I don't know you, dude.
Okay.
Jeez, what is wrong with people? Anyways, like, good luck with your videos, but like, I don't know you.
Yeah, Capitol Hill drip. They blaming space lasers again. Must be Friday. It's not the moon, it's the money. Let's go. Ain't back money. Lobby power talking funny. Kesef Zoram. Money flows, honey. Shalom ve'bitachon, shalom yu bitachon. Peace and security. Ain't back money. Capitol Hill energy. Lasers in space, rumors online. Meanwhile in DC, they're cashing the line. Left, right, same green scene. Money buys truth on your newsfeed screen. 7K a post has Barra online. Meanwhile in Qatar, they're cashing the line. Left, right, same green scene. Money buys misinformation in your school. Ain't back money. Lobby power talking funny. Kesef Zoram. The money flows, honey. Shalom ve'bitachon, shalom yu bitachon. Peace and security. Ain't back money. Capitol Hill energy. Lasers in space, conjuring the banks. Rumors online, meanwhile in DC, they're cashing the line. Left, right, same green scene. Money buys truth on your newsfeed screen. Israel Chazak! Israel Chazak! Israel strong! Votes come quick when the lobby's low! I beg money. Kesef Zoram. I beg money. money, I beg money.
Kesev Zorem again.
Kesev Zorem again.
من الجميع. يو يو يو
يو يو يو.
في واحدة مشلحة في الآب.
لا.
والله.
I don't speak.
Why?
Why?
Why don't speak?
I don't speak Arabic.
Okay, كلها هيك كلها هيك. Yo, there's one on the app. She's naked.
I don't. All right. So that's
like
haram.
she have nothing. But
It's haram.
I know.
Yeah,
Wallah, I respect you, wallah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you doing here? That's just haram.
It is. But you know, our prophet married a 6-year-old, so you know, fuck it, right?
You're gonna get married from here?
Oh,
What
damn.
do you mean?
What? He married a 6-year-old.
Yeah.
So you know, who cares if about haram or not? I mean, you know, it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things.
Oh, هذا الحلو.
Oh shit. That's funny.
Oh shit.
They thought of. Did you hear that one guy? He's like, yeah.
Oh, Israel.
Israel.
No, fuck Israel, bro.
Fuck Israel. Why? What did Israel do?
I'm from Lebanon, bro. You should know.
Lebanon? You like Hezbollah?
Yep. Yep.
Why?
It defends my country.
Not really. They go against the Lebanese government all the time. They do drug operations in South America. They work with Iran, the Shias. They're Shia.
Yeah, they're Shia. It's a religion. So what?
Where are you from?
Are you Shia?
Yeah. Is it wrong to be a Shia? Is my religion? I believe so.
It's wrong to be Muslim and believe in Islam, Shia or Sunni.
I mean, for you, if you're Christian, then yeah, it's wrong. And I think it's wrong to be Christian, but I don't come near you, do I? No.
I mean, they do all the time.
That's who wears black shoes.
The opposite. The opposite. Okay. Let him talk. He's better at English.
Where are you from?
Me, America.
America. What? The States? New York? East Coast?
California.
Oh, California? East LA, LA, NorCal, SoCal?
Los Angeles, Southern California.
Okay. Eco Park, Beverly Hills.
I'm originally from Compton, Carson, then Redondo.
Echo Park and Beverly Hills are nowhere near each other.
Redondo Beach, LA. You sure not like Glendale, Beverly Hills?
No, I'm not that rich, bro.
Glendale's for Armenians and Beverly Hills for the Jews.
I'm not Armenian or Jewish, if that's what you're thinking.
No.
Well, you just said Glendale and Beverly Hills. That's where they live, so I just thought.
That doesn't matter.
It's just, why would you pick those two cities out of nowhere?
It didn't trigger you. Let's not categorize.
No, nobody's
Relax.
triggered. I'm just asking a question.
Where are you from ethnically?
I'm Italian, Spanish, Mexican, Native American.
That's nice. Yeah. Mediterranean. See, I could see some Italian. That's nice. Spain.
Mm-hmm.
I like the necklace. So where's that come?
This is Israel.
You're American and background Italian, right? Are you religious, atheist, Jewish, Muslim?
I'm a Noahide.
Can you tell me what that is?
Yeah, it's Hanif. In Islam, it's called a Hanif. Well, kind of.
So you believe in Hashem, right? Of course.
I believe in the God of Abraham. The Jews call him Hashem, which is Hebrew for the name. But yeah, sure. Hashem, God, Allah, whatever you want to call him.
Yeah. Hashem is just Hebrew for Allah, which is English for God.
That's not correct, but okay.
No,
Hashem,
it is.
No, Hashem is Hebrew for the name. Hashem, the name.
Okay. Okay. Nice. So then, what does Israel have? So you're not a Judaism. You're not Judaism.
I'm not a Jew. No.
Okay.
I support Israel.
Why?
Because I think they are the tip of the spear against Islamist radicalism and colonization. which I find to be a danger for the West, and Israel's doing something about it.
If you support one religion, why do you have to support the religion that's against another religion? If like
I
that
didn't say
doesn't make
anything
sense.
about the religion. I said Israel.
No, but you just said you support Israel because they go against radical Muslims. Is that the whole point, to support Israel?
No, there's obviously more, but I'm just giving you a quick answer because it was a vague question.
Do you
I've
think
studied
that
the
is like-
history significantly,
Yeah.
more than 99% of people. And so
Okay.
the more I've studied
Nice.
it, the more I realized Israel was in the right.
So Israel's in the right. So you support Israel because it's against radical Muslim and extremists. Have you never thought to think of the other side,
More than
possibly?
just that. Yeah, I have. I've read
I wanna-
Pape. I've read Ilan Pape. I've read Constantine Zarek. I've read Haj Amin Hosseini's works. I mean,
Okay.
I've read anti-Zionist stuff, and I've read Zionist stuff. Chaim Herzog, Benny Morris, Ephraim Karsh, and then I realized
Are you able to?
that
Are you
the
able to
Palestinians
differ?
were in the wrong,
Okay.
and the Israelis were in the right.
Okay. Palestinians and Israelis and the Muslims. Are you able to differ Zionism and Judaism?
Well, I mean, I think that Zionism is a portion that comes from Judaism in an aspect, but if you're
One
talking about
second.
political Zionism, then yes.
اثنين
We have someone coming. 1 second.
اثنين افتح له
1 second.
صح النار 1 second روح عم نحكي مع واحد عصرائيلي وهيك
No problem.
بده يحكي معه قسيس
Um,
هلا فقت حسين عم يحكي معه انجليزي قعد على التخت لو سمحت
Thank
اسمع
you.
اضني
Thank you for patiently waiting. I actually do appreciate that.
كان على الخمسة لنا امبارح الساعة 10
شكرا.
Of course. Yeah, are you able to differ Zionism and Judaism?
Yeah, in some aspects, like political Zionism is different from Judaism, right? That's true. I mean, like I am, I guess, the Zionist, but I don't follow Judaism. But what do you think Zionism is?
I see Zionism as hijacking Judaism, just like how I see extremist Muslim, radical Muslim, that hijacks Islam, like ISIS. Those
How does Daesh, how do they hijack Islam? They follow the Prophet Muhammad much closer than moderate Muslims.
ISIS, if you look into ISIS, it is a U.S. and Western Israeli Mossad backed, just like how we see Jolani, the new president of Syria. How was he implanted? Just how we see the Mossad.
Real quick.
How did they attack? Yeah, of course. Go ahead.
You said it's U.S. CIA, Mossad, created / backed. Do you know how Daesh started?
Of course, by Hillary Clinton.
Okay. So real quick, what control did Daesh have back in the day? Oh no, their internet's getting messed up.
So yeah.
So
what was the other internet? We have an audience.
No, you're good.
We have an audience.
Yeah, I'm live right now.
We have an audience.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Okay. I figured. Yeah, I figured. Where are we live? If you don't mind me asking.
TikTok.
TikTok, how many views? Can we watch the count?
464.
Nice. Can we watch the count?
Can I?
Yeah, go ahead. It's Nick Mattel live. But real quick, Daesh, you agree they had control over cities in Syria, correct?
Of course. Yes.
Who destroyed their control over those cities? Because they no longer have that same control.
Oh, is that him right there?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, nice. Can we take a long? Let's talk America, Israel, and Islam this time. Oh, okay, I think we should listen what the audience want to hear. That's gonna get you more viewers. Let's talk America, Israel, Iran, and Islam. Oh, that's Nick. Okay, I see. Nice. Leila Tovi. Oh, okay, nice. The Mossad is getting a nice audience. Typical.
It was a joke because your internet went out, so they were saying the Mossad's getting your internet. Anyways, but yeah, real quick. So who stopped them from having?
They're putting the pagers.
Oh,
So real quick, can you answer that? How did they stop getting control over these specific Syrian villages and places in Iraq? Who stopped them from getting that or continuing their control?
So who stopped the Daesh? That would come in, would be Bashar al-Assad. That would be the Hezbollah. That would be Iran. That is what we believe. How they.
It doesn't matter what you believe or not. It was during the Obama and Trump administration.
No, the Obama Trump administration and the Mossad. That's how ISIS attacked many Shias and Sunnis, but never attacked Israel. I mean, you can.
They attacked Israel in June 2017. They attacked Israel a few months ago. Well, wait. Okay, so they've attacked Israel multiple. Okay, so I find it interesting how you changed the subject. First, you said they never attacked. Wait, hold on one sec.
Oh, he said
first you hold on. I heard. Just let me finish, so you hear the whole thing. So first you go from they never attacked, and then they're like, oh, well, okay, they did attack, but those were fake. First off, I didn't even finish. I was gonna give you a list of like a dozen different ones.
I never said they did it.
You did. No, actually, you did say
you said
that.
They attacked in June. How would I really attack?
No. I'm saying before that. Okay, you have to listen to what I'm saying. I didn't say you said that. I said that you said that they never attacked Israel, which you did say, correct?
Great.
And then when I gave you an example, and by the way, I was trying to keep giving you more examples and you cut me off, you immediately said false flag. So you moved the goalpost from it never happened once to, okay, it did happen, but that one was fake. So just,
yes, that's right. Yeah.
Okay, can you just do me a favor? Okay, I want to be able to ask you the questions, but you keep cutting me off.
Of course.
Right? So there's been dozens and dozens of attacks, right? From in the Sinai, because there's ISIL in Sinai, right? Daesh is in Sinai. There's a Sinai province that attacks Israel, and they've attacked in Jerusalem multiple times. There was even Daesh flags flown on October 7th. So according to you, just to make sure I get you right, all of those were all false flags, every single one, right? Okay, real quick. No. Hold on. So you said yes. Can you provide any evidence for that on how not one, not two, not three, but every single one ever was a false flag?
Okay, so if those happened, then you know what? Then I'm glad you educated me on those attacks, because now I'm 1 day more educated than yesterday, which, however, goes back to my claim that those are radical extremist Islamists that are Mossad agents, and those
Wait, you're going back to your original claim. You just said you're more educated, and then you just said the same thing.
Yes.
So can you tell me? Okay, then I'm going to ask you to answer. Wait, hold on, pay attention to. I'm over here.
Oh yeah, that was right. I seen that.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's just you're just
your
like
audience is. I like watching your audience. They're funny.
Okay. Anyways, so if you're gonna make the same claim, then I'm gonna have to ask you: can you provide evidence about how they were all false flags, every single one?
You know what? You're right. I can't provide evidence, which is why I now change my argument. That goes back to that they were created by Israel, and you know what? That they did attack. They never did attack. I got lost here. Now he's winning.
Well, I've been winning this entire time. Let's be real, but regardless, it's okay for you to change. Like, why can't you guys just say, you know what? It is a creation of. Why? Oh, Jesus, your internet's really bad. Okay, I'm gonna have to move on to something else. The internet's just too bad.
Can I add?
Yeah.
It's just too bad. The internet's just awful. Why can't they just say, like, hey, you know what? It is the creation of Muslims, but we don't support them. Why don't they just say that? Right? And of course, I'm going to debunk that as well, but at least you'll be, like, kind of consistent. You know? What's up with the
What's consistent?
Bro? The last person I was talking to. What's up with the... What's going on, dude?
It's IRA.
Ah, the IRA. So you're like from Northern Ireland?
No.
Southern Ireland?
What do you mean by that?
Well, that's a direction. So there goes north, east, south, west, and I'm
there's
saying
Northern Ireland and there's Ireland.
Right.
It's called the Republic of Ireland.
I understand that. I'm asking you, is that where you're from?
No.
Okay. You're boring. Good. How are you?
والله ما انت سوري فلسطيني اذا معلم فلسطين قد الاردن يا بل وين انا فلسطين؟ هي زلمه هذا امريكا ابو حسين لابس مثال يا غبي يا متخلف
I am not Palestinian. No.
You Suri.
No.
Lebanese. You look. Can you Google it? You look like someone who's someone called Antonio Suleiman.
What's his name?
Antonio
Antonio
Suleiman.
Suleiman.
Honestly, yeah. Suleiman. Yeah. You look like him, like 90%. He's quite famous. Like he's quite.
نصر الرئيس. بيشبه واحد اسمه نصر الرئيس.
Yes, exactly. Yeah,
this guy.
Yeah.
Guess a little bit, yeah.
He does a very good job.
You actually look like him in one photo specifically. This one. This one, you look like he looks like you.
Yeah.
They weren't wrong. Kind of looks like you.
A little bit, yeah.
Maybe that's why they think you're Arab. Maybe like the light-skinned Arabs kind of look like you.
Maybe. I'm not Palestinian.
Yes, you are.
But if his friend,
Literally
if his name's
not.
Antonio, then he must be like.
I'm Italian. I'm
Latino.
Spanish. Babe, hold on one sec. I'm Italian,
Alright.
Spanish, Mexican, Native American.
Why are you an Arab?
Because I like to speak with Arabs.
Okay.
Yeah, why are you hiding your face?
Because I like to hide my face.
Alright, you sound like a child though, so I think I'm gonna skip, okay?
I'm 23, but okay.
Alright, well, you're just boring.
How you doing? خد
Hello.
تعالى. تعالى. I'm just say تعالى.
I don't know what that means.
Don't act like you doesn't understand. يا
I
سوري.
literally don't understand. What are you saying?
Why do they all think you're
احلف بالله.
Syrian?
Say والله.
Wallah?
والله yeah.
I thought it was Wallahi.
It's والله والله. It depends.
I know what that means, like when they say
It
say
depends,
Wallahi. I'm
depends
not,
about where are you.
I'm not Arab. I speak a little bit of Arabic, but it's not, I don't, like I know
You
how to
Arab as fuck.
I'm
أنت
not-
عربي أكتر من اللغة العربية.
I am not Arab.
You can't do this with a Western guy, you know. He will not understand.
I'm literally not Arab, bro.
Okay, where are you from?
I know how to say sharmuta. I know how to say uskut. I know how to say shukran, marhaba.
Afashtak.
Like this is
Don't play this
wallahi,
game.
inshallah.
No Western guy can say marhaba like marhaba. They can't pronounce the word, the letter ha and the letter kha and
Yes,
the letter
because I'm
ain.
learning how to speak Hebrew.
لا لا لا. If you are learning 200 years, you cannot understand.
I'm telling you, I'm learning how to speak Hebrew, and they have similar aspects of like the guttural sound.
You just say Hebrew?
A little bit, yeah.
Why?
אני לומד עברית באינטרנט. See?
Why do you learn something like this?
Because it's an awesome language. It goes back a long time. I want to read the
Awesome.
Bible in its original.
Man,
Why? What's wrong with Hebrew?
nothing wrong with Hebrew.
Are you like so hateful of the Jewish people? You just don't like it? Is that it?
No, fuck any Jewish person in this planet, to be honest. Yeah.
Dang. You're really that hateful? Is that what they teach? I'm assuming you're Muslim.
Nah, I have a reason.
What's your reason?
Nobody teach me this. My mind teach me this.
It just happens to be that
Oh, yeah,
Muslims
sure.
think like this a lot.
Because they kill our brothers.
Your brothers brought it upon themselves.
Your own brothers kill your brothers.
Who said this?
Yeah, your own brothers kill your own brothers. Muslims kill Muslims all around the world. What are you talking about?
Who said this? When?
Sure, Saudi Arabia has killed almost 400,000 people in Yemen. 75%
Okay.
of them are under the age of 5 years old.
Now we are talking about governments, not a people.
Doesn't matter. It's still. Wait,
Nah,
what are
it
you? Wait, hold
matters.
on. Who are you talking about? You're not talking about the government of Israel?
Fuck every government. Nah,
No,
I'm
I
talking
understand.
in the Jewish case. I'm talking about all the Jewish.
All
Why?
the Jews go around killing Muslims?
Nah, I hate all of them.
No, I know that, but you just said I'm talking about governments, and I'm like, you're talking about the Shah.
You know.
Uskut. Just wait.
Okay, I'm
You're
waiting.
you're saying when I brought up Saudi Arabia and I was gonna bring up Syria and Daesh and Hezbollah and
too.
all of that, right? Hold on. You said, "Oh, that's not fair. That's governments." But you were talking about the government of Israel, no?
Nah, and the people of Israel. If you
the people of Israel do not.
Let me talk. If you ask any single person in the street of Israel what your opinion about killing the Palestinians, he will agree with this. He have no problem with this.
I mean, I don't have a problem with it, and I'm not Israeli or Jewish.
Okay.
That's because they did it to themselves.
Who said this? When?
Bro.
7 October? You will say 7 October?
Do you not think that's a big reason? What would you do? Let me ask. You're Egyptian. Perfect. Let me ask you. If they went into Egypt, hypothetically, instead of Israel, they kidnapped 251 people, raped, burned, killed 1,200 Egyptians, what would you want to do?
Me as a person?
Egypt, but sure.
Nah. Me or the government of Egypt? Because
okay,
that's
fine.
two different
What would
ways.
you want to do if they came inside of your home and killed and slaughtered your whole family and kidnapped your little sister and all that? What would you want to do?
To be honest, I will not let them to do this.
But let's just say they did. All right, they knocked you out. You couldn't do anything about it.
I will be dead. I will be dead if they do this.
What would you do?
I will be dead. I will be a fucking body in the ground. What I can do?
No, I'm saying
I do all of my hard work and they kill me.
Let's say they didn't kill you. What would you want to do after if you had control to do something? What would you do?
Okay, beat the shit out of them.
Okay. Amazing. So why are you blaming Israel? Because they're Jews? They're not allowed to respond the way you respond?
Nah, because they an occupation country. That's land belong for the Palestinian first. They kicked the Palestinian out.
Dude, you're kidding me? You're Muslim in Egypt. You think Muslims didn't take over Egypt? Hold on, babe. I got it. Hold on. You think Muslims didn't take over Egypt?
Yeah.
They did. So you're occupying the Egyptians, the Coptics, and the original Egyptians? So should they kill you because you're occupying?
But we let them to do whatever they want in the worship something.
Really? You don't persecute Christians inside of Egypt?
Read the fucking history. You don't have any history?
Are you kidding me, dude?
Let me listen to your history.
Are you kidding me? First off, Israeli Arabs, even if you're going with that logic, Israeli Arabs can do whatever they want. They can vote, they can be doctors, they can be in the government, they can be judges. They can also do whatever they want. So what? What's your point?
Nah, that's not my point. The
Dude, do you know what Egypt did when the Palestinians dug tunnels into Egypt back in a couple decades ago? Do you know what they used to do? They used to pump it with gas, and they would pump it with gas and flame it out.
What? That's not the Egyptian. That's our Zionist government. Because we have a Zionist government.
You guys can never take responsibility for yourselves. You always blame the Jews. You know the Jews are not the babe. Hold on. The Jews are not the problem because you guys have a shithole of a country. You just did. You're like, the Zionist government. Dude, it's always... Why can't you guys just take responsibility for your own people?
We do that and we still working like this. And our brother, after finish the work, they do 7 October and they won in this war.
Who won?
You know? In your opinion, who think you won?
Who in the world would think the Palestinians won? Their entire land's been destroyed. Hamas is defeated. Even the Arab countries have now, who used to support Hamas, are now standing out against them.
How can Hamas is defeated? Hamas until now in the street, and they have guns, and they have men, and they have all of this.
What do you think defeat? Defeat doesn't mean that none of them exist. Of course, they're always going to exist. Islam will always produce. Wait, khalas.
That's the meaning of defeat.
That's not the meaning of defeat. Maybe in your weak bullshit mind, but in my world where I'm from, defeat is when you lose, not when you just don't exist anymore. Yeah, that would be a really, really, really bad defeat, but you still got defeated. But yes, of course, the Palestinians, they have like 1,000 kids every freaking day. Of course, they're always going to exist. Nobody denies that. Also, Israel's not trying to get rid of all of them. If they wanted to, they could have done it like that. They could get rid of all of them in a day. Dude, they have nukes. Are you kidding me? Of course they could.
Okay, we will say another example to make it simple to you, okay?
That's haram, by the way.
Yeah, I know that's haram. May Allah forgive me.
Nah, he's not going to.
Now, Allah A'lam, me and you, we are now fighting, okay? And before the fight, you take my chain and my hoodie, okay? After the fight, I told you, you can't. After the fight, that's like an example. After the fight, I say I will get my something back. I will take my chain again and I will take my clothes again. And we just fight and I fuck the shit out of you, but I can't take my stuff again. Who won in this?
If I'm completely defeated, but I have a hoodie, you won.
No, you can stand up and go to your home.
Yeah, but see, that's not but that's a disingenuous argument because that's not what happened with Hamas. It's not like they just stood up and they're back to their same selves without a hoodie and chain or whatever the effective argument is, right? They are nowhere near that. They lost control. They gave up control. They're getting disarmed. They've lost the yellow line control of Gaza. They lost all control of that. The people don't even support them anymore. The Arab countries don't support them anymore. Qatar kicked them out. You trying to say it's like they lost a hoodie? What are you talking about? Qatar supported them for many years. What are you talking about? The IRGC supports them.
That's for the business, not for really supporting them.
It doesn't matter. It's still support. It doesn't matter. It's still support. Just because it's monetary support or whatever, it's still support. What I'm saying is they don't have anything left. Except, some fake little will to be like, we're going to keep fighting. Dude, they got their asses handed to them. You know what? I'm actually glad that Arabs like you think you won. You want to know why? Because the day Israel should be worried is when you guys one day start to say, you know what? We lost and we need to change. As long as you guys keep thinking that you won every single war and you're always winning, that's good for us in the West because it means you're always going to continue to lose. Because to win, you have to admit that you lost in the first place and then you have to get better. You guys aren't capable of it. I could tell you to your face you lost and I can see it in your face right now. You're like, no, we won. Al-Palestine. Bro, I hope you continue to think that way. I really do. Because your kids are going to grow up and do the same exact shit and they're going to get fucking bombed too. And their kids are going to grow up. They're going to do the same shit. They're going to get bombed too.
I want this to my kids. And I want my kids to get blown up by Jewish.
I bet you do. I bet you do because you guys celebrate death. The Jews, they celebrate life. And that's why I support the Jews. I know you don't care about life.
Fuck the life.
I agree. You guys want your little 72 goat virgins. I know, I got it. I've studied your religion. Look.
All of my religion?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good for you.
I've read the Quran twice. I've read over 20,000 hadiths. I've studied Sunnah, studied Ibn Kathir, Tafsir, Muhammad, the pedophile. Studied all of it.
The pedophile.
He literally was.
Literally was.
He married a 6-year-old, bro. He was 51.
And in this time, they are people more than hate for this prophet, more than you and more than your countries, and they shut the fuck up because it's not a bad thing in this way. In the Bible, the King Richard say the age of marriage is 3 years old. That's a pedophile, or he never said that? Okay, he never said.
It doesn't say that anywhere in the Bible. What are you talking about?
No.
I've read the Bible. I've read the Quran.
How many Bibles you have even? In which Bible you are talking?
I have the King James Version. I have the New International Version. I have the Hebrew Bible. I have the Quran. I've read all of them. How many have you read?
We have only one Quran, alhamdulillah.
No, I'm saying how many Bibles have you read?
Like all the Bible?
Yeah, how many? Right, so why are you telling me I'm wrong? I've read it. I'm telling you you're wrong.
I'm telling you something. I know. I didn't tell you are wrong. When you say he didn't say this, I shut the fuck up and say okay.
No, you didn't. You implied I was wrong. You said, which Bible are you reading?
I didn't do this. If I did this, I would say I did this.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. But anyways, look, I hope you all the best. I think Egypt is the one country in the world that somehow is in a worse position than it was 3,000 years ago. I don't know how you guys did it, but all right, alhamdulillah.
That's stupid as fuck.
Yeah, well, good luck. Somehow you guys are losing to the Jews. You know the Jews only make up 0.2% of the population, and they still somehow kick your guys' ass. Isn't that crazy?
Allah wants this.
I know Allah wants that. Allah's a Zionist. Allah's a Zionist. says it in the Quran. It says it. It says it. It says to go back into your. It says to the children of Israel, go to the land that I gave you, only to turn back as losers. It says it.
In which surah?
It's in Surah 2. It's in Surah 5, I believe. Hold on.
Why does his God make them lose all the time?
Look at this one. Surah 2, ayats 46 to 47. Children of Israel, remember my bounty which I bestowed upon you, and I preferred you.
No, wait.
Hey, what's good? What's good? I preferred you. Ay, my jeez.
Let me get Quran to read it.
Khalas. I preferred you. Ay, Ibn Sharmut. I preferred you. Kusamek. I preferred you. This guy doesn't want me to say anything. I don't know.
No, I'm just saying, let me get Quran.
That is the Quran.
Mine. Let me get mine.
I thought you said they're all the same.
أيوة ماشي, mine with the Arabic, to read it with the Arabic.
Oh, it says something different in Arabic. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely, يعني.
So nobody can be a true Muslim unless they read Arabic.
No, but they will understand the Quran more.
Why?
Because it's an Arabic.
No.
يعني,
so you can't be. So
Arabic,
you cannot be a true Muslim. You can't be really good unless you can read Arabic. Do you know what percent? Do you know what percentage? Do you know what percentage of Muslims don't read Arabic?
I think it's a lot.
70% cannot read it.
MashaAllah. Allahu Akbar.
I don't know why you would say that. That's a bad thing, but Allahu Akbar, I guess.
That's not a bad thing, in my opinion.
It is. 70% cannot read Arabic.
Okay, that's good. Alhamdulillah. But they still Muslims.
Okay, but what I'm saying to you is you're saying they're all reading bad things because they're reading it in English or Spanish. So do you agree? You can get the same message in English, right?
Oh yeah, the same message.
Okay, perfect. So let's go ahead and let's read it. I preferred you above all of mankind. It says that. Allah said that about the Jewish people.
Look
at this one. Surah 2, ayat 40. Children of Israel. Children of Israel. Oskut. Children of Israel, remember my bounty which I bestowed upon you. Fulfill my covenant, and I shall fulfill yours. You want to keep reading?
Bismillah.
Bismillah. Al-Samu alaikum.
Alaikum as-salam ya am.
Al-Samu alaikum.
السلام عليك انت كمان. مش تفرق كتير يعني انت بقى. ما انت مش نبي يعني دعوي. السلام عليا. ما كده السلام عليا. ما كده هنموت. 42. You just say the second surah.
Second surah.
After the Fatiha.
Ayats 40, ayats 20. Surah 2, ayats 47 through 48.
47.
There's also
شيئا ولا يقبل منها شفاعة ولا يأخذ منها عدلا ولا هم ينصرون وإذ نجيناكم من آل فرعون يسوموكم سوء العذاب يذبحون أبناءكم ويستحيون نساءكم وفي ذلك بلاء من ربك عظيم وإذ فرقنا بكم البحر فأنجيناكم وأغرقنا آل فرعون وأنتم تنظرون وإذ وعدنا. Where is the something you just tell me about now?
Surah 2, ayats 121 through 123.
221.
121 through 123.
121 and 123. Let's find it. 121. يا بني إسرائيل اذكروا نعمتي التي أنعمت عليكم وإني فضلتكم على العالمين واتقوا يوم لا تجزي نفس عن نفس شيئا. 121 and what?
Ay, jeez. You know, I already went. Oh, look at this one. Go to Surah 5, ayat 20 and read on. Remember when Moses said to his people, O people, recall God's bounty upon you when he set up prophets among you, made you kings, and bestowed upon you what he bestowed upon no other human beings. O people, to the Jews, enter the Holy Land, which God has marked out for you, and do not go back to your old ways only to end up as losers. Hey, can you tell me, how many times in the Quran does it say Palestine?
No one.
Nowhere, but it says Israel.
Because what's the meaning of Israel in the Quran, in your opinion?
Yaakov. Or
Okay, that's the name of someone.
But who are the children of Israel? When it says children of Israel, who are those?
Do you think all the Jews in Israel now is
when
the
it
children
says
of Israel?
children of Israel, who is it speaking of? And when it says go to the land that God Allah gave to you, where is that? Where?
That's in the Quran. That's
where.
true.
Where is it? Where? Where on the map? Where?
Jerusalem.
Jerusalem. Exactly. That's for the Jews. Jerusalem comes from Yerushalayim, which is Hebrew. It's the Jews. Who made it? King Dawood, David, is the one that made it the capital forever for the Jewish people.
That's
and then
true.
you guys came in and you put that ugly little golden pimple on top.
Complete the surah. And Allah will say what He did for the Jews or in the Jews. Complete the surah and you will get the.
I completed the surah twice. I read the Quran twice, buddy. I know what it says. Also,
what it says?
Yeah, I know what you believe. You believe the Jews lost it. You believe they're cursed.
No, fuck. Yeah, you take something from the Quran and you don't take the another something. You only believe in one something, and the something
what it says
you don't
at
like
the end.
it.
I just told you what it says at the end.
Okay, that's make your
So
opinion.
let me
is
ask you,
not
if
good.
that's true, then how come Allah gave the land back to the Jews? Do you believe this all happens because Allah's will?
Yeah.
So then why did
That's
Allah? Why
the
did?
last year for the Jews?
Why did Allah give it back to the Jews?
That's because we are not the same Muslim as we was.
Ah, who is the real Muslims?
Now I think the Caucasian people.
Well, maybe you should stop doing that. You're the reason the Jews are winning. You're the reason. Every time, every puff you take, another Palestinian kid gets bombed.
Okay, I will complete the fucking cigarette to send all of them to Jannah. Yani. That's not a problem.
Inshallah. All right, brother. God bless. Allah bless.
Please don't call me brother. Allah bless.
That was funny. Anyways, you guys in the chat before I end the live, you guys put out a prayer for Ellie's aunt. Her name is Ellie. Can I say the name? Her name is.
Why are you ending now? You have a lot of viewers. It's early.
It's almost midnight. Fruma Rivka Bat Sarah. Fruma Rivka Bat Sarah. She had a stroke, unfortunately. So we're just asking if we can pray. Wait, is it Fruma? Oh, that's a translation. Fruma Rivka Batsara.
Love you, Ellie.
I want to end because I kind of want to edit that. That was a really good talk I had with him. All right, guys.
Edit. Maybe I'll go live for a few minutes.
Okay.
Yes or no, you guys? Should I?
All right, you guys. Patriots, Laila Tov, Am Yisrael Chai. God bless America. Bye bye.